do. Oh, we gotta add like these titles too.
Yeah, because we have other podcast ones and twos.
We'll change it later.
Yeah.
Make sure you share the link too. Share that out. Hey everybody!
Oh yeah, going live.
We're here. We're back for another episode.
Underground Puffcast. Underground Puffcast.
That was good timing.
Underground Puffcast with Oscar the Potcake Dog and Johnny Rogers. This is the Underground Puffcast with Johnny Rogers and Oscar the Potcake Dog. And it's the Underground Puffcast.
Joey's watching a lot of Rick and Morty lately, so that's probably why.
Totally.
I knew that's why you were doing.
Okay,
it's the Puffcast, where they puff, they keep puffing,
we puff,
and they've been puffing since puffing's been puffed.
I didn't drink beer today, so I can't do a good Rick burp.
You can't.
Morty, smoke this weed, Morty.
Come on, Morty. Just hit this
Stick
joint.
it up your butt. Stick it way up there.
I'm gonna need you to take this bud and just stick it
Way up there. Marijuana, this is Northern Lights, grown locally, organically, somewhere in the outdoor.
A weed Rick. Oscar, rude. Weed Rick would be hilarious. I'm trying to get to your channel so I can share it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just smoke this weed, and guys, we decided this week that we're gonna introduce Oscar Cam. So
Oscar Cam is hilarious.
Oscar Cam is hilarious. So what I got is I got these beautiful pig's ears. Hey buddy, come here. See, now you see him. Oh, you can't see him sitting there. Come here, up. Look, if there's a camera, say hi everyone. Give me the fucking pig's ear. And now he's going over to his bed. We're gonna have Oscar Cam appear on screen any second now. Everyone can watch Oscar for I don't know why the fuck people would want to watch Oscar. I know there's Oscar Cam.
That's great. Just him chilling.
When he's being, boring, I'll just like put him in the waiting room for a while.
Yeah, he's not really. Let's check in on Oscar.
Well, now we know. Everyone knows there's the Oscar Cam.
Great.
You gotta make a better sign. But
it'll do for now.
Anyway, welcome to Puffcast number 2. I'm Joey, aka Puff Mohawk. This is Johnny Rogers again, in case you missed it, and Oscar. And what we do every week is we're just throughout this lockdown, we're gonna try and stay together, and we're gonna try and stay positive and spread positive words and
talk to some classics from the underground.
Keep in contact with classics from the underground. So this week we've got 2 comedians and 2 famous pod activists. So first up is going to be Reese Turner, who does a lot of producing of comedy shows. And then we have Bryan O'Gorman coming on later. Bryan has been in the underground community since before it began. Let's just say that. And then we've also got Chelsea Fisher coming. She makes the awesome buds and bolts that I've been bigging up every week. Buds and bolts, which I'm going to break into in a little bit. And then we've also got Naomi Poley. So soon Naomi will be on there, and I know a lot of people are itching to see all these 4. So that's basically who we got up deck. And every week we're going to have a mix of comedians and potheads.
And Johnny doing promotion as the show starts.
Done that hours ago, buddy. Okay, so every week also before we get started, we do a few minutes of product shout out. So this week, obviously, every week I'm going to shout out Buds and Bolts. This is my new favorite snack. I eat too much fucking sugar, and these are a great alternative. If you only want to eat a couple, you can eat a couple. You can eat a whole bag and lose a day. It's all good, but the pretzels, it's a can of butter she makes with it, and there's like a lot of grams in this whole bag. So you can eat the whole bag, like I said, but some of them, like the pretzels, they soak up less than say these Cheerios. So on a good day, I just maybe want a couple pretzels, but on a bad day, I'm going to be digging for the shreddies and the Cheerios. Bad day today, so maybe not first.
So many shades.
Maybe both. They're both in my hand.
And
like I said, it's really great for sleep. It's a lot of anyway, not sugar. And then my second product shout out. I've been drinking a lot of this. I found a huge jar that I had, but I forgot I had. Has anybody ever heard of Blue Lotus tea? So here's Blue Lotus tea. It's I packaged it up nicely in these things. It's like beautiful purple,
Hold it up there.
yellow color. And basically you take like 3 fingerprint or like a gram of it or so, and you make a tea out of it like you would any other. And it's really calming, way more calming than chamomile, but not sleepy. Really good for anxiety. A lot of us have anxiety lately. The neat little trick about Lotus, which I only ever did once, me and Chelsea tried to do it, who we maybe will bring that up later when Chel's on. But we took a whole bag of this and we dumped it in what you're supposed to do, a bottle of wine, and then it turns it into Lotus wine, and then you're not drunk on that wine no more.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Cool,
hell
like
of fun.
Hell of fun.
So the first time we made it, we soaked it for too long, so it was like several days. We were like, "What is strong?" And yeah, it was strong, but we couldn't. It was so bitter.
You couldn't.
The second batch we did, we made it, and we only did it for a 24-hour, and that was really nice. Actually, we drank that. So, but I've been drinking it as a tea the last few days, actually. And if you guys want some, I've got this as well on my list of things. Okay, so this week I launched a campaign called I Love Me, and Johnny's been watching me bake all way long, all my samples that I could show people, because basically I just sort of think it's a shitty time. We're all so depressed and everyone's hating on yourself, and it's not your fucking fault that some virus come along, even if it's a conspiracy or not. It's fucking life up, and it's not your fault. So what we decided is I was going to do a big bake sale, which I advertised online, and I made these awesome cookies. Okay, look, they're kind of like a lace cookie, and look, I wrote "I love me" on them. So there, and it's hella big cookie. So
huge cookies.
see, I can cover my face with the cookie. That's how big the cookie is.
That's a great way to put it. It's the size of your
And
face.
then, look at this beautiful cake I made. So I hope it doesn't slide off.
I'll
Give that up. And at the end of the podcast, I'm gonna eat some of this cake. We're gonna eat it. It's gonna be fun. Oscar can't have that cake because there's chocolate in it, but anyway. But then the thing I'm super excited about, I got in the mail today, and this is another thing I'm doing for Valentine's Day. Okay, so segue. I'm gonna preface this with a quick story. What I've often done on Valentine's Day is we do these XXX Valentine's show. I don't think you were ever at one.
I don't think I went there.
Most of the guys that I know don't go to them, but we did it for years. And Bryan O'Gorman.
Oscar, bro. Come here.
Okay, fine. Here's another.
Should we put him in the waiting room?
He's over there for
He's
now.
gonna
Look,
go.
we'll just give him another pig's ear, and then he's cute for everybody. So yeah, Bryan O'Gorman's done it as well as many comics. Bobby Cannell posted it. Boyd Banks conceived of it, and basically we would get comics to do their sets, and then later they would give us a bonus, and they would striptease and just run around the club naked, dicks flinging wild, and it was a hell of fun. We'd take Monopoly money and we'd rain it on them.
I was just gonna say, if Boyd Banks came up with it, you know what kind of show it was.
It was like Magic Mike, but comedy first. And then and we did it for years for Joanna Downey, who's a legend in Toronto comedy. And we give her all the proceeds for her healthcare. And long story short, when she passed, I turned to Boyd. I was like, "Can I still do the show? Is that sacrilegious?" And he's like, "Okay, we got to find another charity." I'm like, yeah, the comedians. How about I just give them like 50 or 100
I'm sure
bucks
she'd be
to
happy
do
with
it?
comedians getting paid.
And he was. So we got his blessing, and then Bobby hosted it after that. Anyways, I'm kind of bummed out that I can't do our what as Boyd would call it, swing and pipe.
Swinging pipe.
Can't swing pipe this year. So what I'm gonna do is I'm making cookies that are dick shaped. And today, look, I got my dick shaped cookie cutter. Can you see
You got her
it?
dicks
Like
in the
I got my dicks in the mail. Here's a dick pic. Dick chubby cookies. So, and I'm gonna make them in different shades. So I'm gonna have white ones, caramel ones, and chocolate ones. Whatever you're into, but they're all gonna be the same size because every man is equal in my eyes. Anyways, so that's my product shout out of the week. You can look me up on Instagram at puffmoment420, and you can message me there and find out exactly how to get these beautiful edibles. Okay, so we've actually got in a waiting room. We've got our first guest. Reese
Nice.
Turner is here. I'm gonna just get rid of Oscar for a bit. I love you, Oscar, but you're still there, right beside us.
Yeah, we don't need to also see you twice.
So yeah, so Reese Turner is also a comedy producer, and he produces cannabis-friendly shows out of the city. And he's been affected by this whole crazy pandemic madness. So anyway, basically, I want everyone to sort of welcome Reese Turner. So here we are, Reese Turner, everybody. Hello, Reese
Virtual
Turner.
claps.
Any second, Reese Turner will be here.
Reese.
Reese
And he's
Turner.
got his
Got his flip going on.
What's up?
Already
How are you?
Maybe check the audio here.
Can you hear me?
And
What
then
about now?
built in.
Microphone, this thing here.
And sorry, click.
You should be doing this. Hey?
No. Go back to Yeti.
Sorry, Reese.
Click it again.
No problem.
Speaker. Input. Yeah, right there.
Okay, we're trying this now.
Yeah, and then you might need to turn them up a little bit.
How you doing, bud?
How about you, bud? How about you? Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
Can you hear
good.
me?
Yay, we can hear.
Okay,
All
perfect.
right. Anyway, this is Reese Turner, everybody. The longest intro ever. Yay.
What's
You
up?
got your. I'm gonna get my stuff going. Here we are in a pandemic.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
So you've been. Last I saw you, you dropped me off a cool poster, and you've been pumping that one out lately. You made this poster with like 100 million buds on it, and
I did.
beautiful poster. Can't wait to have a
Thank
new
you.
club
Yeah.
and we'll put it up.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to make. The research was half the fun, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's been a really good time. I got some.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, I got some really cool stuff coming too. I got some new fire strains in. This right here is just of the tastiest Romulan I've ever had the pleasure of putting into my body. It's crazy. It's like somebody took a handful of blueberries.
Romulan's
They took a handful of the blueberry and just whipped it right into my face. It's very terpy. It's wonderful. I suggest everybody try some if they can find some.
nice. Romulan, it is a good strain.
I'm big on it. I'm big on it. And like
I'm
depending
smoking
on who
Northern
you get,
Lights.
Northern Lights, fucking beauty. Yeah, I love it. Look at, can
Yeah,
you see the
I like
grease on this? Look at that. Ugh. It's so greasy. If there were flies in the house, they'd be stuck to it. It's so sticky. It's so
Good
sticky.
quarantine weed.
Wouldn't be a puff cast without it.
Yeah, I've been so happy. I've been very, very lucky. It's like when people were like, "Oh shit, we might have a quarantine. Let's get Reese some weed." So they all came over to my house and just started dropping me weed and cool sweaters off and shit. Like I got this
That's
nice sweater and
hilarious.
stuff. Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
What have you guys been doing?
Just chilling and trying to get through it. I miss doing shows, and I miss being around people, but my God.
Yeah.
So this is why we thought we'd come with this. It's like, we can't have people here, so we can definitely do this. I just didn't want to do a comedy show. I just wanted to shoot the shit and smoke weed on camera. That's not really much of a show, is it?
No, it's the best. Honestly, I do the same thing. Every Friday, you can watch my late night sesh, and I do this. I do the same shit. I just miss people so much that I wanted to fucking talk to them. And I'm like this, okay, I'm done playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and trying to make friends with people.
Yeah.
You know, horrible name. They're like this, oh, I fucked your mom last night. I'm like, stop saying that shit, man.
Awesome.
But like, that was all the social fucking connection I had for a long time. And now I'm starting to do this again, and it's perfect. Like, it's not perfect, sorry. It sucks, but it's better than being alone in a bathroom smoking weed. Now I'm talking to you guys. Like, this is, woo!
You never smoked weed in the bathroom?
You never did
What?
like a shower where you put on the shower and steam it up?
No.
Oh, that's the best. I told a joke about that for a couple years, about getting caught the first time we ever did that shit. I was at my buddy Murphy's house, and his mom came home halfway through the shower. You know what I mean? She's like, Adam, what are you doing? And he said, Mom, I'm taking a shower. And I said, yeah, me too, Mrs. Murphy. Leave us alone.
Yeah, like three other guys answer.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all
we were allowed at their house after,
She's gonna have more questions than just the weed.
That's it.
We could have it worse. This is, I just had many people say best pandemic ever, and I'm like,
Historically, yeah.
I'm thinking about this the other day with the Spanish influenza people. I mean, they didn't even have fucking phones.
I have fucking
Like,
nothing.
and they're not allowed to go visit people.
Yeah, fuck. I can do whatever. Like, I was in Grand Theft Auto 5. I went to a casino. I went skydiving. I flew an airplane. I did all of this shit. They couldn't do that during the Spanish flu. You try that once, you're dead. You know, they'll call you a witch and burn you. Yeah.
Did skydiving this summer? That's awesome.
No, in Grand Theft Auto
In the
5,
game,
only
you
in the
say.
video game.
In the
Oh,
game,
I
in
thought
the
you
video
meant for
game.
realsies. I was like, what? That's ballsy.
No, you are not throwing me out of a fucking airplane if I have a choice about it.
Yeah,
okay?
no, fuck that. Yeah, not a chance.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
One of us is leaving this airplane and it's not me, okay?
I just love that old joke. Is like, why would I jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
That makes no sense to me either.
I'll jump out if I need to.
If absolute necessity calls for it,
Very
maybe,
nice.
and only when we're very close to the ground.
You, what are you using for a mic?
I'm using this headset. It's like a noise canceling, like gaming headset, and for
Oh,
phone
okay.
calls and shit.
Is
it
it
okay,
just-
or-
you sound a little bit faint.
Okay, what happens if I turn it off and just go in 1 second? Check this out.
Is that a little bit better?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's so
yeah.
much
Not at all?
Yeah.
So much better.
So much better.
Wow, that's my phone speakerphone.
Oh, damn. No way. That's really good.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
sitting in a sink on a tripod.
Dude, it's always the most ghetto stuff that works the best.
Buddy, it's
Yeah,
the acoustics. I don't know what to tell you.
You got like $100 headset, and you're like, why does this thing sound like it's coming through a can?
For real, this is like a Bluetooth shit that I spent a lot of money on,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
great
what I
for
mean.
listening. Like, but I guess for speaking, it sounds like oh shit.
Well, now we can hear you
Awful.
a lot better. I thought it was me, and I'm not techie. I think this guy. But anyway.
Okay, now I know never to use these headphones for a cast.
I mean, just for the podcast or whatever.
Yeah, no, I use them for others.
So,
Yeah.
what you got planned for the future? You got anything going on right now, and anything planned for the future?
Yeah, well, I'm starting like we're starting the late night sesh, which is like more like a late night style show. So there's going to be interviews. I'm going to bring in musicians. I want to bring in some animal handlers and stuff like that, and do it like an actual like late night show, because like we're using StreamYard, so we can actually do screen shares and all this crazy shit with it. And like this person's insane that I'm working with. They're like, oh, we could do this and this and this, and I'm like, yeah. So I'm super happy about that. And other than that, I'm doing whatever I can to kind of stay sane, which is mostly just smoking weed. I'm working on the second poster right now. So I'm collecting strains. I'm in that portion of the hunt right now. So it's I've got about 25 to 30 strains secured for the next poster. And yeah, we'll see. Like, I just want to keep doing that. I've got the 8x10 print series that are coming out, and I'm also going to make a pack of playing cards.
Where can people get
Nice.
these?
Just off of Facebook or Instagram. Right now, I'm just kind of doing that old school street hustle. You know what I mean?
You want to plug
Send me
it?
a message. I'll drop it to you. I don't care. I'll even take barter if your shit's cool enough. You know what I mean?
Turner, or what is it?
At RE_Reese T REESE.
There you go.
Reese.
Yeah.
RE_Reese. All right.
Yeah. Come on out. Check it out. I always got something up there for sale.
Sit.
Nice.
Come here.
And I can't wait for shows to start again too. And I can't wait for your new spot to open.
Oh, one day.
I've been going insane without shows. I've been looking at like, what the fuck am I gonna do with myself? I'm not good at anything other than this shit.
Right.
Like, so I'm gonna like, I'm looking at barns. I'm looking in the fucking forests. You know, I will perform underground if I have to. You know, I'm getting to that point now where I'm going insane and my family can't stand me anymore.
As soon as I get a show going, you know that I'm going to give you a call.
Oh, perfect. Let me know. Let me know, because I am dying.
Thanks for supporting me, and
Anytime. You're a fucking legend. OG.
we'll find a place for your poster in the background somewhere. And
Perfect.
one quick
Parting
word
words?
for our viewers.
Hey, I love you guys. Keep fucking supporting. Keep supporting Joe. Whatever Joe does, you fucking support. If you do not support, I'm a very big man. I will write you an angry letter. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, no
See
problem.
ya.
Thanks.
Have a great day, guys.
Take
Yeah,
care.
you too.
Bye.
Oh my God, that was Reese
That's
Turner.
great.
He's been a good support of.
Make sure you
of
follow him on
comedy.
Instagram,
Follow that guy.
Facebook.
I'd love to have like flashy stuff going on
Oh,
the
yeah,
screen right
cool
now.
bars.
Like, Reese Turner.
We'll get there.
Oh my God, Oscar Cam.
We're going back to Oscar Cam.
Just for a quick sec. I don't even know if he's gonna join.
I don't know if he's
Anyway.
gonna join.
No, he literally just walked off just as I hit it.
Hey, there he is.
I know. I think I'm gonna have to put
Say
peanut
what's up,
butter in
dude.
his bone or something because it seems to be that the minute that we get on camera, he becomes a dick. It's just like when we were doing shows.
He just walks by. You gonna come show me?
Now you're gonna be up there. All right. Well, let's get rid of Oscar Cam.
Oh no, you're gonna have to sit down.
He's been the best though. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
He's been a good.
I
he's
would
been a
say,
good boy.
you know, anyone who doesn't have a dog and is thinking about
He's
it,
been a good boy.
get the damn dog. Okay, he's just he keeps me occupied. Anyway, speaking of dogs, though, we have our next guest is coming up, and she's got an awesome dog, and we've shared dogs and dog hangouts together with our past dogs. And she again is, like I said, the creator of Buds and Bolts that I love eating so much. And she's been one of my best friends for like 10 years. So I want everyone to give a silent, warm welcome to Chelsea Canna Dreams Fisher, aka Sweet Freak Bakery.
Virtual claps.
Virtual claps. I know we can't applause it though. Hey, Chal, how you doing? So I want everyone to give a silent, warm welcome to
Oh, you're playing the video at the same
Canna
time.
Dreams Fisher, aka
Yeah, you got YouTube up or something.
Sweet Freak Bakery.
Virtual claps.
Virtual clap.
Right there.
There we go. Getting weird feedback.
Sorry
Okay,
about that.
hey, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, take two. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna relight my joint that I started in a bit. And here's to you, Chal.
Here's I'll do a bong hit.
Bong hits for Jesus. Sorry, that's sort of an inside joke between me and Chelsea. I don't know how we started that, but when she was working for me,
Naomi.
she used to always, we would always go bong hits for Jesus, and then we do a bong hit. Anyway, whatever. It's an inside weird joke. Now us
Now
being
you know.
cute. Oh well, how you been doing?
I'm doing good. I put a full face of makeup on for you,
Beautiful.
and I'm wearing a real bra for the first time in 8 fucking months.
I'm wearing a bra. I don't know if it's real. It's a sports bra.
I'm
No, this
wearing a
one's
bra, too.
fully real, underwire padded push-up.
Well, you look beautiful, darling.
Thank you.
Hair's getting long. COVID hair.
It is down to my ass crack.
Ass crack hair.
Yeah. I get, I can't really do much with my hair down these days because it gets stuck behind me under my arms.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty long. I remember when you had it short. It's like a-
Yeah. Well,
so
with
many
it
different ways.
just a little bit over a year ago, I had it cut up to here. And it has grown from there this much.
Oh, wow. A lot of people have
Smoking
COVID
weed.
hair.
Smoking weed, apparently from one of my former hairstylists. If you smoke a lot of weed, cannabis, eat it, incorporate it into your diet, everything, your hair grows really fast, and so will your fingernails.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. I have both of those problems.
Yeah, your hair's growing pretty fast
My
too.
hair's growing, my
You
fingernails.
look like
growing.
Astro Boy a year ago. Now he looks like
It's tired Jimmy Neutron.
you look
Yeah.
like in the 90s. You got 90s hair.
Arr.
Oh man, he wants to be a part of it. He
He
doesn't like
wants
it
to
when
be
we
in this
talk
so
on
bad,
camera, and
he
he
hates
just
this.
Yeah.
he wants to be a part of the group, but doesn't know how to be a part of the group.
There's a guy here talking, but nobody's talking about me. Nobody's
Yeah,
talking.
he wants to be involved.
Oh well,
Right.
he is. He doesn't know it.
Lucy couldn't give a shit. She's over on the couch. She's like, okay, I'm gonna watch my TV, which is the security cameras.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I saw her do that once.
Hey, Lucy, come here. Come
Lucy.
here. Yeah, move.
She looks so
Up.
weird.
Up. Come on. Up.
Hey, chill, dude.
Up in here.
There she is. Hi, Lucy. Usher saying hi. Ruff, ruff.
We have dogs.
Big bum. Get back
I
up.
just discovered in the last like couple of weeks
Hey, dude.
that there are animals on the screen somehow. So when he
Yeah.
hears weird bird calls or monkey calls,
He's
or
like,
you know,
what?
Yeah.
I watch a lot of nature and it
Yeah.
throws him off.
Lucy, not so much. Animals on TV don't really get her going, get a reaction out of her. Binks, on the other hand, any animal noises on the television, she's like, what's that? And she watches, like, I'm rewatching Heartland, amazing show on CBC about horses. And anytime there's like horse noises, she's watching the TV.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Maybe she was a horse in a past life.
she must have been.
Maybe she's just really into horses.
A cat that's into horses.
Hey,
You never know.
crazy.
Well, you know, barn cats have like great relationships with the horses in the barns.
Yep, they're far greater friends than dogs and horses.
Yeah.
That one time when we went up north, when we went to go to James Hammond's farm, he has a horse there, and Oscar was absolutely petrified. And this horse,
I remember that.
that horse knew it and was like doing the little pawing on the like we're just walking by.
Yeah.
And he's like, get that dog
I
away.
can't
from me."
remember that horse's name, but he was following me as
he
I was
loved
walking
you.
the fence line, and I loved him. I was like, can I take you home? Can we fit you in Sandra's car?
Yeah. I think it would have been fine with me too if Oscar wasn't with me, but Oscar wasn't. I don't know. One time when he was walking down the street and there was police cops and he lost his goddamn mind. I've never seen him lose his mind. And of course, the police cops were just like, whatever. Like,
Yeah, they just
unaffected.
trotting along.
and I was
so
just like,
slow.
I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna mess you up. He has his full attack.
Yeah.
He's, like,
End of my
massive.
leash in the midair. Just
Yeah, the training and
Never seen one of it.
desensitizing that police forces go through, it's pretty crazy and
Right.
amazing to see.
They did
Like,
it for, like, war.
talking back to Heartland, there's a whole episode about training police horses, and they have to be able to deal with barking psycho dogs and just be like nonchalant, like whatever.
Yep. Well, I don't know if I don't know if there's horses in Cuba, so I don't know if you'd ever seen one. Before.
Yes, there are horses in Cuba.
Yeah,
Well,
they
maybe
ride
he
them
got
through
stomped
the.
by one.
Who knows? Maybe
Yeah, well,
I think it's just
Chang-
natural. Like it's just
Of course, there's horses
huge.
in Cuba.
It's
What a
this
dumb
huge-
thing to say.
It's this huge thing.
I meant
yeah.
like
When
on the
Yeah.
street, like not in a paddock somewhere. I meant like
Yeah.
when Chang was a puppy, where we got him from was like on a farm, and this is like a crazy story in itself. In their basement, they had a little Anglican church parish, and that's where we went to church. So we could take our dogs with us every Sunday because it was like going back to the family home. And we were out in the field after church, and Chang went into the paddock, and on his way back to us, his tail hit the electric fence.
oh my
He
God.
jumped and Gutty.
Aw.
And when he turned around, what he saw was horses.
Oh,
So in his mind, the horse bit him.
yeah.
So from that moment on until the day he died, if he saw a horse on TV or saw a horse, he lost it. And you think about a pug losing his shit.
He was the most chill pug ever on
That's
the planet.
crazy. though.
But bring a horse, no. Chill, gone.
What are you gonna do? Anyway, so how you been getting through this pandemic? I've been doing lots of reading, obviously.
Like Reese, I've been playing video games. I got to save the universe, the entire galaxy universe, not once but twice. I was playing and beat Mass Effect started with 1, 2, and 3. So I've played 3 video games so far. Yeah. And just found out that they're coming out with a 4th Mass Effect this spring. And I'm like, I feel like a teenager waiting for that video game to come out again. And I've decided that I don't care how much it's going to cost me, I'm going to buy it.
Oh, well, it's like a journey. It's like,
Yeah.
know, when you have reading the Dark Tower series, I'm like, oh, I gotta read the next one, and then Blame the Train came out, and I still had to read
reading,
it.
like, yeah, reading is one thing, but the video game, when you're putting in 50 to 60 hours per game, and you've spent all the time customizing your character, making the decisions whether or not you're going to be a rogue or on the good side. So it's like a little more in time investment and personal investment than reading. And also too, you get the visuals. So
although, do you remember when we used to have that video game?
Yes. Yes.
The 1942
or Burger Time.
Oh my god.
That was like 1942 and Burger Time were my 2 favorite games.
I remember playing 1942 with you.
Yeah.
My eyes can't take that anymore. They're dying. I can't play video games.
That sucks. That sucks.
Oh well.
I don't know what I would do if I couldn't play video games anymore. Like, I'm of the generation that video games have literally been part of almost my entire existence. We got an original Nintendo when I was like 7 years old. And prior to that, I was playing like old school Mac games on the computer with my dad. No, gaming.
Well, I've been reading lots. Yeah. I can't stop reading books. I've been eating books like their lunch.
Eating books.
Just eating them.
Eating books.
Can't stop reading. I don't know. Oh well, whatever. I'm watching science fiction. I've been watching so much science fiction. Like, if there's a dystopic world, I'm watching it. There it is. Dystopia. Better. Yeah. My life is better still. My life is still better. Look, these people are turning into zombies and taking over planets.
That's true.
Yeah, there's so many good shows out. Like, so many. It's one thing I have to say that the pandemic has brought us was so many amazing TV shows, series that, not everyone would have like focused on if the world had been going the way it was. So it's more than I actually appreciate this down gear in slowing everything down. People are realizing that, there's more to life than that rat race of going to work, working, going home, and just that. Like, there's so much more. And it's, I'm in a way kind of thankful that this happened when it did. And like, we were talking with Reese about like the pandemic in 1918. They didn't even have telephones.
Yeah.
Like, what did they do?
What did they do?
Like, they didn't have Amazon.
You can't go to you just can only hang out with your family. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't even disappear from your family in their space.
Like, I wonder if they kept any statistics about domestic violence during that pandemic, because I am sure that there was like a crazy surge.
Murders.
Yeah. And like how many people were murdered and not taken out by the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
I'd like to know those numbers.
I don't.
Well, I'm that morbid one.
My imagination is big enough to know. I know how. I know for a fact that definitely more people have killed themselves because of COVID than COVID killed.
Yeah. Yes. And
I know it's about overloading hospitals. It's about
and
all that.
Like overdoses has gone up insanely. Well, with CERB, there was no way of they weren't checking to see if you qualified. So a lot of people who were on disability Ontario Works or whatever province's welfare system were claiming the CERB. And I personally know of a few addicts that were claiming CERB and spending all of that money on getting high.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
And-
sure that was brought up in the meeting at the
Buddy.
Liberal government. They brought it, fuck it. We don't want to have them having problems and have to
Yeah.
deal with their healthcare problems and crises as well. I'm
Yeah.
sure they knew that.
But in
They
the,
knew
like
I was buying weed. for fuck's
that,
sake.
if they knew that was going to happen, why did they take away funding and close down the safe injection sites and addiction services? Like
Because
those things should not have stopped. Those things, if anything, should have increased.
I don't know. I live near Allen Gardens Park, man. It's
Brutal.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Every day there's a crisis, and
Right.
I've become more apathetic. Oh,
Yeah.
Oscar.
And being in the beaches, like we've been a little more sheltered as to like the homelessness situation, except we've had people that are camped out in Woodbine Beach and along Woodbine Park and the wooded areas along the beach, because it gives a little bit more shelter for your tent.
Mhm.
But the police, I have to say, 55 Division have been really great with the homeless situation. They're going around and checking where they know that people are set up camped or where they sleep. They go check on them. They bring them boots, coats, sleeping bags, foods. They offer them night hotels. Like there are hotels that have opened their doors to the homeless. Just a lot of people, anyone with an addiction, they don't want to take the hotel room because the hotel room has a curfew. You can't because you overdose
Yeah.
and the ambulance and police have to come in. You're kicked out. You can't have people in your room.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you get a room, your own private bathroom, laundry services, 3 meals a day, a TV that has cable. It's just, as myself being a recovering addict, I know that the pull to stay with doing what you're doing is more so than having a safe space to sleep at night.
Yeah.
And that's
Very-
a really sad reality.
I think a lot of people are actually feeling more empathic towards people in those situations now that they are sort of stuck in that same mental state where it's like, well, I'm depressed, I want to drink more, or I want to smoke more weed.
Yeah.
Well,
Except for Quebec.
people needing to do crack in this crisis.
Except for Quebec.
Well, they're a different lot.
Well, no, the premier, how like it just shows the disconnect between government and actual citizens. Like the premier of Quebec said that there are enough shelters in Quebec for the homeless not to be on the streets at night after 8 p.m. That's not true. Not true.
No.
Like there are not enough shelters throughout Quebec. Like, are there homeless shelters in northern rural Quebec? No. Oh,
Yeah, they just don't know. They live in a completely different world.
well, that just like your privilege is showing at that point.
Yeah.
Your lack of empathy, your lack of being in check with reality.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of our politicians have never been in situations as someone who's homeless. A lot of our politicians, most of them, come from a life of privilege. They grew up privileged.
Middle class. Please.
Yeah.
Um,
So I feel like we need more everyday people running for politicians, not people with money making decisions for people that don't have money.
yeah. Well, all I know is it's tough out there for people like that. So I guess both of us would advise anyone, all 2 of our watchers, I don't know how many people are watching. Last
I
week
know
thought it was
Julie's
like 10,
watching.
it turned out to be 84 people. Anyway, long story short, yeah, be nice to everyone right now. I think that's
Yeah.
we can only take about that.
Yeah. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to
Love
others.
yourself,
Yeah.
and, don't be mean to people out there, because yeah, it's rough for everyone. You don't know.
Mhm.
Like when I flip out sometimes in public, and I think those people don't know what I'm going through, and it's true. And so when I watch someone else flipping out, I always
You
feel
gotta
like,
think-
you know what's going on in their
Yeah.
reality,
No idea.
Yeah.
what's
why
happening
they're
in their life.
flipping out. Like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna camel that broke the straw. Off the camel.
The camel
Did you guys
with
see the
straw.
video? Did you see the video of the woman walking down Young Street and kicking the store sign?
Wow.
Like, I was showed the video today, and I'm like, she must be really pissed off to be walking down Young Street and just booting the street signs.
Yeah, who knows?
Like, she must have had a fight with her roommate, her boyfriend, or situation at work.
I don't know, man. All I know is that it's sorry, I just got distracted. Fuck. I'm like, I'm trying to do tech and fucking
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Long story
I'm
short, yeah. I've been like too afraid to go outside, but it's not because I'm afraid to go outside, it's because there's gonna be someone out there losing it. And I don't know what my reaction's gonna be. So I'm like, I just want to go out and have a good time, put on something in my ears and walk the dog.
Well, I went and did 3 trades in the West End yesterday. I was like, hey, I'm going to get a bunch of trades that I'd lined up done in one day, one go, because the new essential travel only. So I did a contactless trade around Spadina and Queen, and then another one at Bathurst Station, and then up at Bathurst and St. Clair. And I have to say that it was a pretty mild day on the TTC. Like, especially on the Queen streetcar. Like, I was on 2 different Queen cars. Well, one went down to King because it was a Spadina car, but it was very mild. Like, nobody picking their toenails. There was no one.
Last time I ran into you on the streetcar, you were doing another trade. That was like 3 weeks ago. I was trying to do a contactless delivery, but I get in there and there's like a chick with her shoes off and they're everywhere. Her shit's everywhere. And she's just like picking at the callus in the bottom of her foot. And I just nearly walked off and I'm like, I have no time to like walk all the way there and then walk all the way back.
I hate
you
feet.
as I'm walking off.
I hate feet. So if that had been me seeing, I probably would have like vomited in my mouth.
I walked to the next section.
It always
Naomi.
And then
So the next time we do this, I have to do it in a completely separate room and close the door.
Well, it's almost her turn anyway.
I know it's almost, but she can't wait. She can't wait. She's been like trying to chirp in and I'm like, no, this is my time. This is me.
It's your time, Chelsea.
Yes. Like, you'll get your 15 minutes in a minute.
A minute. Well, that's good. So you got any plans for the future?
I am deciding to take a career change, like pursue a career change. I want to become a librarian.
Oh yeah, you told me this. Nice.
Yes, I want to spend my days with books. And what kind of like triggered this reality that I want to do that is my sister is dating a librarian. And I was like, if I moved back to Nova Scotia, Holly, would your girlfriend be able to get me a job? And she's like, yeah, but why not actually pursue schooling and a career in the library world instead of just getting like the base paying job? I'm like, good point. So I started talking to my sister about it, and her girlfriend sent me like a full like sheet of things that I should look into doing, courses that I should take, what school I should go to. And I'm serious about it. I'm going to be taking, because the library world is looking for people who have like marketing degrees, social workers and stuff like that have more than just the library situation going on. So thinking about taking a marketing course, and I want to volunteer, but because of the pandemic, there's no volunteering going on in the Toronto libraries right now. So I'm like, God damn it, one thing that I now have the time to do, I can't do.
You'll do it. Just start researching it, and
Well, that's what I've been
Libraries
doing.
need a
So
strong fighting woman to fight for their existence because fucking
yeah.
we're playing video games. Come on, that was a good
But
burn.
yeah,
That was a
yeah.
good burn.
That's full circle.
Anyway. All right. Well, if there's anything else you want to quickly say before your mom gets on there,
No, just happy to be on the show.
on show number 2.
Show number 2. Yeah. We were watching the first one. I would have gotten on the Zoom for the end, but my mother and Janine were yakking away and I was in my house coat. So
I don't care. I don't care. I literally don't have a shirt on under this hoodie. It's too hot, but I wanted to wear the hoodie. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? Anyway, all right. Well, good to see you, Chell. I'm sure I'll
good to see you.
thanks for making such an awesome snack. That's like my mainstay right now. And,
You're welcome.
for everything. Thanks for 10 years of friendship. You know, through the end.
It's 10. What are you talking about? 10 years.
12.
What are you talking about? 10 years, Joey.
I don't
We're
fucking know.
fucking moving on up to 2 decades here.
Okay. Oh. 12, 13.
Yes. Yes. G13 days.
Right, I suppose.
Yeah. And then Holly's known you from like your cookie days at Hotbox.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? It's always
And
just
I've known her
4
ever
years
since.
and 20 days. That's all it is.
Mhm.
It's 420 and then that's it.
So
I'm like, I don't have time. Is
420 doesn't even have any relevance to me anymore. Like, ooh, 420, light up. No. But we were doing like a bunch of us were doing 420 house party video chats
nice.
and talking about starting them again. And did you hear John and Zoe are engaged?
Oh my God. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so she house called me last night and showed me the ring because she can't do it in person. But
That's
yeah.
awesome. I know we all knew that was they're so perfect for each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and our boy Pete is engaged as well.
Yeah, Pete and Marley.
Yep.
I don't know. Everyone's getting puppies, getting engaged, trying to find positive in life.
Yeah, or having babies like Courtney and Matt.
Yep.
I was just that meme that's like all my friends are getting engaged and having babies and I'm here with my cannabis. Like, oh no, wait. Here's me with my bomb.
Your puppy and your kitty.
Well, I got my puppy and my kitty, but
I have Oscar who's kind of an asshole.
yeah.
This, he wants attention. He's bugging me again. Oh wow. What are you gonna do?
He's probably like, I recognize the other voice as well. Where are they?
For sure.
Yeah. I was so happy when I saw you on the streetcar that day and Oscar just came running up and was like up in my face.
I was like fucking blinders on. Oh, you matter, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy, stop it. All right. We better put
All
your
right.
mom before she.
All right, all of the moose out of here.
I have to pee.
Up there.
And of course, you know my mother, she's like, oh great, now I have to pee.
Get up so I can get on.
You can hack it. Everybody, say hi to Naomi Poley, who's a longtime activist, longtime friend of mine, and
Hey.
probably the one person, end of story, who's attended more, not just my comedy shows, but other people's comedy shows.
Yep.
No, whatever. Anyway, I love that you're such a big supporter of comedy.
Yep. Love comedy. Love cannabis and comedy.
Yep.
Goes together.
They go
I
together,
wanna. Can I do a shout out here?
Yeah.
It's Microdot's birthday today.
Yes.
Amber and Mike.
Happy
And,
birthday, Mike.
Hi,
and
Mike.
they were supposed to be here celebrating with us. Is there other place to come to? And then because of Ford's ridiculous lockdown, he calls it, it's the same thing as what Quebec has, just a different name. Yeah. So anyways, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike. Whatever. I'm sure he's done 400 dabs by now. 420.
Oh God, yeah. They got a sample pack from people out west and posted it. I don't know if they got I think they were put in lockdown on Facebook because of it.
What
Can't
else?
do too much
People be
cannabis on
surprised if
Facebook. You know,
I know, she probably haven't flagged me
it's-
yet. So.
it's a devil's salad, you know.
No, I think I have a feeling they're gonna try and control the ads or something weird like that.
Well,
You know, where they don't want people like advertising their products on Facebook because they're gonna
Well,
want control of that somehow.
They're gonna want to sell the
It's gotta
weed.
be about money. It's gotta.
I play a lot of games on my iPad, and the commercials are getting weirder and weirder that are coming through. There's been a lot of like physiotherapy, like do all these exercises and stuff. And lately there's been like these really, really sexy video games coming up with these half naked women shaking their boobs and all this shit. And then just lately I've gotten this message from Mohammed for meditation. And then they have this guy come on and he's and that's when I press the X. It's crazy, like the stuff that they're putting in front of my face. The worst ones, the ones that actually anger me, are the makeovers. They have these girls that are really quite pretty who might have a pimple and their hair is ratty and their clothes aren't the best. And that you have to make her over to make her acceptable to this asshole man.
Yeah.
Like, accept her. This is what she's going to be like after you marry her, you asshole.
You're always gonna add the yes. Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you want women to change all the time, but you change? Ha! Are you going to stop wearing your sweatshirts and your sweatpants?
Oh, not me.
Maybe change your underwear once a week. No. There's no brown spots on it. Oh, it's good to go.
Oh my God. Oh well, what are you gonna do, eh?
Smoke a joint. That's what you do.
Smoke a joint.
Guys, everybody light up there.
But it's keeping me going. My biggest stress of the day is when my joints get too low and I've got to re-roll. If I could afford it, I'd be ordering pre-rolls.
Of all the people I know, though, a full lockdown with house arrest for you is like probably the worst for you because you every night were somewhere being social. You
Yep.
must miss that so much.
Well, I've allowed people into my home because I feel if I'm washing my hands and I'm doing my bit and you're washing your hands and covering your mouth when you cough and this sort of shit, like, come in. My house is big enough. I got a living room that's the size of, your whole apartment, I do believe.
Yeah, it's pretty big living room.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome couch.
Pretty good airflow. This old house has so many drafts. I put new window in, okay, so I wouldn't freeze. I still freeze. I don't know. I think it's just the size of the window. And now when I look out, I don't see trees. I see people because they put this great big condo in behind us. So, but that might shelter us for when the tidal wave comes in after the whatever next disaster.
No. Siren.
So what's Oscar doing?
He's freaking out because of a siren. I don't know.
Oh,
Sometimes he goes after.
at least he doesn't howl.
He does sometimes. He started doing
Angie's
that.
dogs howl. George does a whole tune.
Lay down. Go. Down.
It's amazing
Why do I have a
how
podcast
far he's
going
come,
on?
right? He couldn't even speak English when he got here. Give the dog a break.
Go lay down.
He's a Cuban refugee. He's probably even illegal. Is this dog registered? You got an illegal alien in your apartment.
I do. I'm sorry. He does have papers, but he was with somebody before me, and then we were like, "Oh yeah, I'll get the papers off you." And then lockdown happens, and then I kind of can't take him to a vet, and then, I don't know, long story short,
He is the legal LA.
I don't let him off the leash anyway.
Yeah.
He's
He's
terrified
basically,
to
he
be
and
off the
Lucy,
leash.
he and Lucy are in the same boat because Lucy got designated as a vicious dog because this little turd of a dog was off leash and came up behind her and scared the shit out of her and then said nasty things to her, I'm sure. You know, when dogs talk, you know, when they're sniffing their ass ends and then they turn around and they say,
With their eyebrows.
yeah, and they say something nasty and the other dog goes, "Arr," and the other one goes, oh, fuck you. And they go,
I love the act out.
and because Lucy is a bigger dog, she gets designated as being the evil instigator, right? Meanwhile, she was minding her own business, following a ball, you know?
Yeah.
She's a very focused dog. So when she goes out, she has to wear this great big muzzle on her face.
I know, Oscar's terrified of her muzzle.
She can't run in the park. Like she can't just run free.
Oscar,
Like it's ridiculous.
go lay down, buddy.
So what she does is she drives her grandmother crazy and brings ropes and balls, and I end up destroying stuff because I'm playing with her in the house, and a ball bounces and lands in the middle of the dab table, causing major damage.
Oh my God.
So I'm not allowed to throw balls in the living room anymore. So poor Lucy.
Oh, wow.
But thank God my living room is long. Like my house is big enough for her to run. And when she goes upstairs and downstairs, and like she sounds like an elephant coming down the stairs. It's like,
Dog.
yeah, she's a big dog. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people come for Lucy therapy, you know.
He is a therapy dog.
Smiley, remember Smiley Paul?
Yeah.
He comes for Lucy therapy. We're in the house that he can visit. You know that we can still, if you live alone, you can still visit one household, right?
Mm.
It just so happens a lot of people pick my household.
Well,
Oh.
I know it sounds weird, but I'm actually not paranoid out of people that I know. It's the people I don't.
Yeah, it's the people that's strict. I always wear gloves on the TTC. And she's not allowed on the table, but her mother puts her on the table.
Aw, she's so cute.
This is Binks.
Hi, Binks.
Binks is a she-devil. Her purpose in her life is to take Naomi down the stairs in one tumble. Because she follows me up the stairs and then will sit on a step in the dark, and she's black. And she's done that since she was a little kitten.
Oh my God, hilarious.
I think it's karma because I used to train my dog and cat to do that for an ex-mother-in-law.
Come back at you now.
You're coming back at me. You got it.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're doing okay because I worry about people.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know why.
I don't know why.
I don't know why, but I do. I worry about them.
I also have taken to drink, I must say. I've never bought so much booze in my life. All this. I discovered this Nova Scotian maple cream, which is quite lovely in your coffee or hot chocolate. And I've been trying to get down. There's the pond behind where you used to have your shows?
Yeah.
That freezes, right? And it's a beautiful skating rink. So if you want to come go skating, it's gorgeous.
I can't fucking skate. My back.
So I get my walker out and I fill the thermos full of coffee and Baileys. And I head down, walk down to the park and watch the kids skate. And like the first day I went down, it was frozen, and these three young kids, probably about 10, 11, around that age group, were testing the ice. And this adult comes flying over from behind us and yells at them, "Get off the ice. It's not safe. It's not thick enough." And like, of course, they listen as they go further out on the ice.
Yeah.
Totally ignored them. Went and got a ball way out in the center. frozen solid. It was about 4 to 5 inches thick that day. The
Damn.
next day I went back, there were 3 hockey games going on. And the day after that, they had like shovels to Zamboni the rink. They've got all these different, like they've got about 3 different areas to put nets up. So, and all these, and I'm quite sure it's these kids that all play in the same league, and they all come down. And the neatest thing I observed, I was trying to, what the hell are they doing? They're all throwing their sticks in a pile on the rink, right on the ice. And what the hell? And then one guy starts picking up the sticks and throwing them one side and to the other. And I realized that's how they pick the teams.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows whose stick it is really, because they all look the same.
Huh.
So that's how they choose players. So there's no bias,
That's cute.
which is really fair. And then one day, and they have their mock fist fights, and it's quite funny. It's like there's a lot of joy and happiness down there, and that's one reason why I keep going, right? So, but I didn't get down there. If the weather's lousy, I don't go. So I went down with Poley yesterday.
That's
He
awesome.
froze to death.
In nature.
Yeah, you should come. Just take TTC over with the dog and or
I'm never
Uber
doing
over.
a TTC again after I saw that chick pick her fucking feet. That was the last time I've been on.
Hell yeah.
Last time I'm ever going on again.
Well, I go my usual trip
Everyone's
is
just sitting there on their phones like nothing's fucking going on, and I'm just like, I do it.
Gross, guys.
And if that was an isolated incident,
well, but my
I'll
voyage
spend
is usually
$400 in a cab before I'll take a TTC
Yeah.
for 20 minutes.
See, I
How
go
about
from
that?
Coxwell across to the bank, right, and to Lee Avenue, and that's about it. And usually by that time, the crazies are all off. They get off at, was it usually Sherburne or
I don't know, this
Parliament?
chick stayed on. I was heading for the beaches, like close to you actually,
Yeah.
Greenwood. And it was like, what, 4 or 5 o'clock? It wasn't even that late in the day. And I have to say, it's probably only the Queen car that's like this.
It's only a green card.
Because-
Green card is brutal.
It's brutal. Anyway,
Can't
long
confirm.
story short.
Maybe it's because of the name.
What?
Maybe it's the name.
Who fucking knows? I don't know. But maybe what I'll do,
Whole bunch of people
I'll-
that think they deserve royal
I'll
treatment.
take
Right?
the subway all the way to Coxwell and see how bad the Coxwell bus is. If not, I'll just.
Oh, Coxwell bus is pretty good. It's
Anyway.
it serves the upper
Don't go on the
beaches.
Queen Street car. Okay, anyone watching, do not
Avoid it at
ever,
all
like,
costs.
literally the last 10 times I've been on, and I don't go on that very often, so we're talking, since all the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's
When I
it's
was
okay.
when
I
I
assure
was
you,
doing the
it's
shows at
okay
420
from
Sport, I would like take the Queen car there. And
It's-
yeah, same bullshit. And it's like people just
I'm usually have a good trip from Coxwell across
food everywhere. Ugh.
because I'm old and people avoid me.
They're
They
like,
don't avoid me. I usually have the fucking puppy with me. And they're like, oh, cute puppy. Ugh.
and then Oscar.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, and then Oscar just drags you over to see these people.
Oh my God. Anyway.
So have you got some way to sanitize your dog?
fuck.
All these people touching the dog.
It was like, do not touch, dog on duty. Don't
Yeah.
touch my dog.
Or put a great big collar on them, those big plastic shields. Or put danger dog, vicious.
I'll just put a Lucy mask on his face.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he'll hate that. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So do you got anything else you want to say? Because we got Brian O'Gorman on deck. And what I was
Yay.
gonna do is put you
Well,
in the
he's-
waiting room and you could watch, and then you could come back on when we're done talking to him and we'll all sesh together. How's that sound?
I'm trying, how does it work? Can you
You don't have
get
to do
more
anything.
than one person in the room at one time?
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. I'll do what's called putting you in this waiting room. So just like, you just don't touch your screen and you'll see it should switch and Brian should be there. And then we'll all sesh together in like 10 odd minutes or so.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got this one figured out.
I'll go
I
back, I'll go back to watching those crazy ads on my video game.
Well, in 10 minutes or so, you can come back on and yeah. Anyway, anything else you want to say before we do the switcheroo?
Just, hey, everybody out there. Glad you could join us. I wish I could see y'all, but we can't.
Well, at the
It would be
end.
neat. You can put Zoom, everybody can zoom into the room.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
put the
yeah,
link
yeah.
out and then everybody, and then I'll get a bunch of little people on this.
Oh, just like when I watched those, like The Voice, and they had the wall of people from across
Yeah.
America. Okay.
I mean, it's not going to be a wall. but-
Hopefully you might need a big screen TV. Joey.
Wall of people. This used to be
You put it, see where you got Lenny Bruce? That's where you put all the people.
You can't cover Lenny. Oh my God.
Government. He wouldn't mind getting covered with your fans. Come on.
We'll say that. Oh, boom.
Especially if it was a beautiful woman, you know.
Was there anything you want to tell the world, like any positive words
Uh,
from like the wisest person I
Say
know?
some positive words.
keep smoking weed. I do believe it gives us better protection because it boosts your immunity.
Yep.
So if I have to take that friggin' vaccine to get down east, I'll take it. But other than that, I think it should be reserved for people 65 and under. Okay. Because giving it to people in nursing homes that are waiting to die and are living in horrid conditions, they're giving it to them before they're giving it to people like who are essential workers. It kind of, the Scot in me comes out. The practicality, right? You only have so many doses. So what the frig are you giving it to people who maybe have 5 to 10 years left to live and with unproductive lives, right? They are not adding,
Oh my God,
they're giving work to people who work there, but you know, I believe in nutrition. Like if they were Eskimo, all those people would be out on an ice floe, okay? And the bears wouldn't be starving.
Oh my God.
Agreed. Empty out the nursing homes. Last positive advice. That's from Naomi.
Hilarious.
Just go crawl out. And, well, I always thought maybe if I went out into the forest in the summer and ate mushrooms.
Smoke weed, eat mushrooms,
Yeah.
love life, go to
Hey.
nature.
Live, laugh, love.
Paul just
I
got
love
here.
you, Naomi.
Well, you know, you got to think, you got to be practical. And when times are tough, you have to be brutal. And my way of thinking is going to be the way it's going to have to be. You know, they wouldn't go for herd immunity. Because did you hear there's a new strain? They found it down in South America. Like, come on, like this thing is going to mutate and mutate and mutate. Okay, smoke weed. Get that immunity up. And I do, and the Southern Ontario weed has this beautiful virus in it. And this virus is used to bolster people's immunity in countries that don't have mandatory vaccinations. Okay, so I'm telling you, smoke weed, eat weed, drink weed. You might even shit weed. I don't know. I think I do.
We're gonna put you in the waiting room and
All right.
come back on in 10, 15 minutes. If you want
Okay. All right.
discussion. And we're gonna
Okay.
switch
Because,
up.
yeah. Okay. We'll see you then. Say, hey, Bryan, hi.
Yeah.
Give
He's
him my
right there,
love.
he's watching. Okay. All right. See you in a few minutes when we do our group. Man, I smoking so much weed and this edibles
I'm
at
like
Chelsea and I'm
yawning.
kicking in and I'm like, I told Bryan, I was like, oh, it'll be about 8:45. Here we are, fucking half hour late.
We
Okay.
I could use a smoke.
We love this guy. Again, I'm saying Bryan Gorman has been a part of Underground family for a long motherfucking time. So I'm so happy that he's here and calling us from, I do believe in BC somewhere. I don't know. He'll tell you. Killer Bee is the name on the handle, and I don't know. Trying to get it.
Yes. Connecting it.
I don't know. He says his camera is off, and there he is. Oh, there he is,
nice.
baby. Hello.
Yeah.
How are
I
you?
started eating. I'm sorry, I got hungry. How are you?
Good. You're all green. I love it.
What, really? I don't even know what you're talking about.
You're
Check
all
this out.
golden.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Nice.
Somebody's been buying stuff on Amazon.
Like,
Probably
Yeah,
shouldn't.
so,
Fuck that company.
so many people are like getting those LED lights now because they're like, yeah, why not? It's just sick.
Yeah, man, it makes every night's like a rave at my house. And
Yeah.
the
You
neighbors
turn
are
the
worried.
feed one where it changes.
That's hilarious. Keep happy, right? So like,
Hell yeah. So what have you guys been doing? Are you in your apartment right now?
yeah, this is a new apartment. You know, Johnny, he's my new roommate now. So we got a little cute 2-bedroom with a balcony where we got a nice view of the city. Kind of similar to your view, actually. Just looking at your view. Yeah, it looks like my view. Pretty similar.
Yeah, we're in Victoria now. We're hiding out here. We were in California for a while, and then the apocalypse happened, so we came up here to chill out.
Yeah, get away from all
Good
the
idea.
LAers.
Yeah, it got heavy in California, so we were like, yeah, we're gonna come up here and just hang. It's like the safest spot probably in the world right now, and I don't know. It's a lot of it's kind of like the Silicon Valley of hot right now. There's all these people out here like starting businesses. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get a license right now too, but it's a lot harder than you think.
What for selling?
No, for or not for production, for like making stuff. But like it taught like, dude, you have to have like a building with a fence around it with security plans. There's like, tens of like 50, 60, 70. That's what we're talking just to
Yeah.
start it up.
Yeah,
But
it's big money.
the thing is, there's a lot of like money guys right now with that, they don't have jobs that are just like, all right, hippie, here's some money, go make me cash.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, getting in
All
there.
right.
I'm not an ideas guy. You got an idea?
Okay, universe needs to send a philanthropist.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're all clueless. Like, I mean, those companies, the big ones are all crap now. Hey, like the Canopy and all that stuff. I heard they just like lose all kinds of crops all the time because they have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
And all the hippies, you can't get a license if you have any criminal record with drugs at all.
I
So if you
know.
have
That good Mexican
That's
cartel
stupid.
stuff.
Well,
I don't know, man.
How
Yeah,
to do it.
I never thought
they
there's
need to do it off paperwork. He's trying to do it on paperwork.
Hey, man,
Say, match the
like,
quality.
Whatever.
They had
Yeah.
a good system. I'm just saying, repeat the system.
it's not a good system. They're punishing everybody who ever did anything to help change the laws. It's like the guy who's in charge of it is Julian Fantino. He's the chief of police in Toronto who like put thousands and tens of thousands of people in jail
Yeah.
for that stuff. And he's the guy who's in charge of it now. It's bizarre.
That to
Yeah.
me is the weirdest switch ever.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
they're assholes, Joey. They're
He's like,
fucking
"Ooh,
assholes.
reverse
Well, I
card.
know, but to be like that, openly,
Now I'm in charge.
he couldn't even use like a number company. He just put his name. No, like, yeah, I used to hate it. Now I'm gonna take money from it.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Oh, he's a piece of shit. But the other thing is too, just like having anybody who knows what they're doing with it can't do it. You know what I mean? So like anybody who ever had like even a joint charge can't cultivate or can't do anything. So they have all these like, horticulture nerds from fucking Guelph University pretending like they know how to grow shit. And then they have like, what happened? They had like a huge facility where they didn't compartmentalize it. So one of them got mites or something. And then, like any old hippie will tell you, you don't put all the fucking plants in the same fucking place. You know what I mean?
Oh my
They
god.
get infected, and that's what they did. They lost like hundreds of thousands of plants, I heard.
Oh my
That's
god.
weird. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Anyway, fuck the government's the point. I miss you. How are you?
I'm okay, making it through.
Hell yeah.
Smoking a lot of weed. Really. At first I was like, sweet, I'm so happy to have a break. I don't miss my club at all. And then I'm like, what do you mean I can't just hug people? All right, well, fuck, okay, we'll get through 6 months later of not being allowed to hug people. Now it's like, you can only talk to your roommate. And I'm like, ah.
Aw. Oh, buddy. Yeah, I've sort of forgot about that. Sort of like half of what you live on is like hugs and weed,
Did you see my new campaign I launched yesterday? I made all these cookies. You can see I wrote I love me on them.
You
So
ever seen
I've
a
been like
tattoo on my butt?
telling
Check
people
this
that
out. Joey, check this out. Look.
Nice.
You love me. Here we go. You're on board with.
You know what? It's deeper. It's that's an Oscar Wilde quote. He goes, "It's learning to love yourself at the beginning of a lifelong relationship." See how I intellectualized the tattoo on my ass? It's hard to do.
That's supposed to represent something for you, not for me.
Well, I miss your club so much. Probably the one I miss the most, dude. And I'm just like so bored. I had since the start of last year, since the start of the pandemic, I've done like 10 sets. I moved to Victoria with the hopes I could do some here, and I did like maybe 10 sets or something like that, and then just they cut it off here too. So I don't know, man. It's been weird trying to figure out who the fuck I am as like not a comedian. You know what I mean? It's like it's been my only job for like 13 years now. So like just trying to figure out. So my girlfriend made me go to therapy, so I've been doing therapy, which is okay. And then it's a lot of money to realize.
Therapy now? You gotta Zoom your therapy?
Yeah, I Zoom my therapy.
Isn't that wild?
I dig it though, it's nice. Like learn why I was all angry. Anyway, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, skateboarding. And
oh, you just
37 years old, it finally worked. Yeah, man. But I don't know, it's weird. It's like all these comics now. It's like some people I haven't heard from in a long time. Some people are just like doing really well on the internet. Some people are trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. I needed a break from comedy, like you were saying with the club, but now it's a little past the beneficial point. It's starting to get like fucking, I'm getting nuts, man. I'm trying to perform to fucking pigeons in the park.
I want a club, don't I? I think I want a club. Do I want a club again? Do I want to like go through that? And then I see your face and I'm like, of course I want a fucking club. What am I?
I want to perform so bad
from it now that it's hard to revision what I'm doing, but it'll happen.
It's hard to figure out or even think about what it's gonna look like because dude, like last year, the year before last, I did 400 shows, 400 sets, around that, a little over, and this year I've done none so far, and I don't even know, maybe, who knows? The point is I don't know if it'll ever get back to that point again. I don't know when it's ever gonna be. Half the clubs that were there before aren't there now, so it's I
know
there's gonna be some adjusting and there's gonna be some rebuilding, but it's fuck me, man, this isn't something that's gonna go back the way it was, tomorrow.
You know what I predict, and I've been saying, I said this on the last podcast too, is that when comedy restarts, people, because they're so deprived of happiness and laughter, they're gonna eat you guys alive. You guys are just gonna get it's gonna be overwhelming, like a tidal wave of energy
20s
of people telling you're so awesome. So that's coming your way.
Oh God, I miss that cheap adulation. But yeah, it's sort of, I just miss fucking people, man. I just miss the energy of the show. I try to reinvent myself. I wrote a book, I wrote a script, doing all this stuff, and I'm I don't fucking like any of this fucking stupid fucking shit. I want to tell dick jokes in bars and fucking hang out with people and connect with humans, I don't want to talk to these fucking, and what happens? I get thousands of likes. It's just some dopamine spike in my brain where I'm validation, good. And then what? I fucking go over there and go off in the corner. I want to fucking talk to people and fucking communicate. Anyway, I'm trying not to go crazy, but it's not as easy as it seems sometimes. But sometimes I don't know, man. I just want to get on stage so bad. It makes me fucking crazy sometimes, but it will come back. And I'm definitely annoying the fuck out of my girlfriend. I'm do you want to hear some joke premises from 6 months ago?
No.
She's not here, so that's how that went.
Do it.
No. Anyway,
we'll
see. We'll see. It'll happen soon. So, what do you guys are locked down in Toronto now? Proper lock?
Sort of, I guess. I don't know. No one's paying attention in our area.
We got a buzz on our phone. One of those
Amber
alerts.
We got an Amber Alert. Stay at home order.
Remember to stay inside. Only go out if you need to work out, get food or this, whatever. I was what is this, V for Vendetta? What the fuck is going on?
7 o'clock is coming out. I better take the dog for a walk quickly before, because I don't want to get fucking stopped.
It was an emergency text
What are
message.
you doing? Walking my dog. It's 11 at night. Can't I walk my dog at 11 at night? Do you have ID to walk your dog?
Yeah, man, I hate them telling you to like. We were supposed to unlock like on the 8th of January, and then on the 7th they were like, you know what, we're gonna do a whole nother month, like the day before. And we were like, yeah.
We only
But you
locked
know
down to
what?
stop the spread the first time, and then the CDC said that another lockdown isn't wise. Like it's on their website.
I don't even know who the fuck those people are anymore. Like, at first I would hear CDC and I'd go, and now I'm like, I don't. They keep changing what they're saying, so I'm like, That's why I moved out here. He's like, I can't
You
keep
go
up with
who? And you're like, no, it's a different one.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on an island and then fucking you guys tell me when it's done.
Yeah.
But I do like that it's like even over here, there's only ever been like 100 cases on the like in the history of COVID on the island. Like there's nothing on Vancouver Island. So but people still wear masks all the time. They fucking wash. They act like everybody has it, you know. So like I'm glad for that in a way, because when we came from California, like when you see the alternative, because the alternative is like what, like Texas. So you just pretend it's not happening. You know, and you're just like, you know, your kids like, where's grandma? You're like, Texas doesn't have grandmas animore.
Oh my god.
Grandmas were a thing of the past. No grandpas, no grandmas, just healthy 48-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Like, and 3 strains of COVID.
Everybody's pretending like they didn't fucking ice out a bunch of fucking old people. Like it's so crazy how many people that died that didn't need to die. But
Cuomo just stripped them right in.
Well, that's why we have our lockdown as it is because the numbers are rising. We're like at 3,000 a day or something crazy.
God damn, those house parties aren't stopping.
We just moved. This apartment is like 10-minute walk from the Eaton Center. I'm like halfway between Eaton Center and Allen Gardens.
Anti-masker.
And everybody is like, I can see the anti-mask protest from my apartment balcony. I can look down, and I don't have a problem with what they're doing.
I'm gonna send you a slingshot.
But in the end, it's like, oh, this is not the. I don't know.
You're fucking us, guys.
Like someone even said that they were surprised I'm not anti-lockdown or anti-mask. I was like, me. And then he was like, yeah, you're such a rebel. I was like, yeah, for weed. Weed never kills anyone. Fucking ever.
I got the weed legal. I'm chilling now.
I don't know what COVID is doing. I actually don't know.
I retired protester.
I'm not taking a chance. I'll fight for weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, well, a lot of people are just straight out contrarians, you know. It's just like whatever somebody tells them, it's wrong and it's bad because they told them that. And it's like sometimes they're just trying to help you too. Like sometimes people are trying to advise you properly, like because like when you look at the alternative, man, it's a bunch of fucking refrigerator trucks sitting out the side of the morgue in Los Angeles, you know, because they don't have enough room for people. So like, you know, like it's like that. But I mean, there is kind of like a funniness about the anti-maskers in Canada, because in Canada, like it's such a small amount of people that you just like everyone's like, you guys are fucking idiots. And even people who maybe, you know, might agree with them a bit or like still not gonna go do it. It takes a special kind of fucking crazy person to do that, you know what I mean? But in America, it's like, you know, like a third of the people there straight up don't think it's real. Like it's just not. It's like I walked in when we were driving up. I walked like some rural part of Washington, and I walked into a place with a mask on, and it was like I got in, it was all Trump flags and like, you know, camo shit. And it was like, and they looked at me, and I saw the mask, and they just looked at me like, this fucking pussy, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna kill this guy. Like they looked like they wanted to kick the shit out of me. It was a Napa Auto Parts. I should have known.
You should have known. Sorry,
literally all with my California plates and like my pink tank top and stuff like that. And I'm like, do you guys know if there's a car wash around here? Because I need to like, it was a bad scene. It was my fault too. But point is, yeah, it's like full on there. Here it's still a bit more of a joke. So I'm glad for that.
Oh well, I'm glad that you're safe and that you're sane, and you know you guys haven't broke up. I love you that you guys have gone through this beautiful journey.
Me and we're actually married now, dude. We're like, we got married in June in California, in El Dorado County, on a hill. It was like cool. I fucking we rented a.
And I forgot.
Yeah, I just thing is
like, congrats. You're like, what happened?
Well, we were keeping it low key because we wanted to do like a proper thing, but we couldn't because of COVID and everything. So we're gonna do it again. I actually tried to buy her a ring the other week, and she made me take it back and pay bills with it. So I'm like, this is definitely the woman for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's sort of weird. But we got a white Camaro, and then just drove all through Tahoe and shit like that. You know?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, yeah, it was a good time, man. It looked like some fucking scene out of Pulp Fiction and stuff like that. It was a good time. And then, yeah, we're doing it again though. We're gonna do one when it all opens up, probably in California and one in Toronto. And yeah, but we went in Toronto, and then we went to Vancouver for a couple months, and then we were in San Francisco, and then Oakland, and all that stuff, man. And the whole time I've been like just, you know, writing and not partying. It's been hard, but what are you gonna do? Just the reefer.
Well, you guys, I'm sure is, you got some good times to come. And I think you're doing a great job, and I don't want you to give up on comedy or your identity or anything like that. I think you're an awesome person. And you
Like I can't not do it. So
Gotta get to know yourself.
it's all right, man. I'm not down. I'm just
mushroom trip.
Stay school, it feels like.
Way ahead of you.
Time is not the thing I think about.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Anyway, it's true. It's hilarious and true. I feel like it's like time just went so fast, but also tick, tick, tick.
You know the Capitol riot
tick.
was a week ago?
Like, how did that go to be 12 months? And I can hear the ticking of the clock.
Yeah.
Really.
It's so boring, but it's so, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you're in a time warp sometimes. Like when we talked about when we moved to California, we were like, that was over a year ago. And it feels like it was 3 months ago, you know what I mean? Because like just haven't seen anybody, haven't seen friends, haven't seen my mom, you know, all this wild stuff. But I think the important thing is to like remember to like try to come out the other side better than you went in. It's like if you go to prison, right? You don't want to be the guy that sits around jerking off all day and staring at the wall. You know, you want to do some push-ups, read some books, figure out who you are, come out tough with some abs, you know what I mean? And some intelligence, some idea of what you want to do. Yeah, you sit around, you go crazy. Man, I do so much yoga now. I'm finally turning into the old hippie I always wanted to be. But I'm
a huge beard now.
Dude, well, my
hippie.
yeah, the wife, she teaches Pilates and stuff like that. So it made me start doing yoga. And yoga and then boxing and skateboarding I've been doing a lot of. Just a lot of like shit I always play. I don't know, man. It's been a lot of fun, but I do feel like I'm trapped in a resort. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm trapped in a resort where I can't drink. You know what I mean?
You're at one of those like celebrity rehab centers.
I know, yeah. Honestly, in therapy, everything. Honestly, that is celebrity. It's
my life is celebrity rehab.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, but that word doesn't apply to anybody in Canada unless they leave Canada, or me especially. But hey, I think when we get things back going and stuff like that, I think I want to try to figure out a bus. You remember we were talking about a bus when you first launched your club, Joey? I was thinking about like we need to get somebody who'll do it electric, you know what I mean? And get like, yeah, because otherwise, you know, I don't know. You can't, if you're gonna go full hippie, you gotta go full hippie. And there's people that would be happy to try to make that shit happen. Big electric school bus that you can fucking open up the side of, and it's a stage. You know what I mean?
Put a stage on top.
Yeah.
Yes, even better. You know what I mean? With a diving board. Yeah. Honestly, man, like I love the idea of like, yeah, setting it up like as a traveling stage and then just doing it outside.
You like climb up the ladder back and you climb up onto the stage. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I know, right? Man, that would be so cool. I just feel like I love how they're like, or sorry, I like the idea of being able to take the stage wherever, you know, like instead of being like the club is here, the club is there. Well, look at what happened when all this shit happened. So that the club on wheels is recession proof. It's pandemic proof.
Do a puff jam wherever we want. We could just be like, okay, we're gonna take the bus and do puff jam over here.
Exactly, man.
The stage over the side of the bus.
The puff bus.
What was that? Like the original name of your show is like Puff Mama's Wayward Comedy Show or whatever. Too.
Yep, that was.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, it works better on a bus, I think, because it's like the Wayward Comedy Bus or show or whatever. But still, like just Yeah,
That's what wayward means, roving around.
yeah.
That was
Yo,
what
Do
that would
old
be sweet.
70s colors
that's when
like
I met you though,
yellow,
when
brown,
you
orange.
when you were just a young babe and you were what, 18, 19, just fresh
Yeah.
out of her.
Yeah, I met you when I was 18, just a pup. I'm not like I literally have known you for more than half my life now. Yeah, I know. I didn't. I couldn't not tell you. Like everybody was. No, I haven't told anybody really. I just like just when people.
You just live streamed it to her YouTube.
We're live streaming to YouTube now, everyone knows.
Oh well. I was done trying to get laid anyway. I was getting tired, you know.
Are we ever gonna see your dick again?
Oh yeah, no. Now because now it has a home, and I don't worry about what other people think about it as much. But and I think people are, you know,
Fun
kind of.
express.
Yeah, people just need to have fun again too, you know what I mean?
Oh
And
my
just
god, I miss it.
get away from all this negativity and anger. I want to promote sex as healthy again on stage. That might be a thing we could do, you know what I mean? Try to be
Yeah.
healthy with our sexuality again. Yeah, and all these kinds of fun ideas that we had like up until 2 years ago. I don't know what the fuck, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just miss having fun and hanging out with people. But so what's the plan now? You're just gonna kind of wait till things open up and see what's what, or are
Yeah,
you?
I mean, I couldn't deal with the club anymore, obviously, like without money coming in, the landlord isn't gonna wait. Now it's been lying empty for the whole time since I lived there. No one's even like inquire anything. The broken window that broke the week before we left, and I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm not paying for the broken window now. Like I'm leaving in a week.
Yeah, why would I?
Like I've already moved most of my stuff. And it's still broken, this big crack along the window with tape on it. It's fucking
Oh,
ghetto as
man.
fuck.
Sucks, dude. Also,
That
somebody
whole
took a
strip?
huge dump in the middle, but it wasn't me, so I'm not cleaning that up either.
Yeah, there's the whole strip along there is all boarded up stores and applications for weed stores and restaurants that say I'll be open soon, please order curbside. That's fucking it. Leslieville is now like there's like 20 weed stores now.
Young Street is ridiculous. Like
Right?
every other store is a weed store.
Young Street, I get. Leslieville, no.
Like every other one, it's insane.
Okay, maybe eventually, but let a few on and saturate it. It's like suddenly putting in 40 bars in a neighborhood. It's like, well, that won't work either. They can't all go there at once.
There needs to be like new
What do I
zone,
fucking
man.
know? I want to see that eventually, but I just know that that's a bunch of them are gonna die, and then it's just weird corporate money being flushed down the toilet.
It's so sad. And those corporate people you just mentioned are fucking salivating at this shit because they're just buying up all this cheap real estate from people that
Yeah.
are losing everything, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a fucked up time. And like, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen Toronto since I left. So that makes me really sad to hear, but it's the same everywhere. And I don't know, that's not trying to make it feel better, but it's just like, I guess, relating to it, even in Victoria here, where they've like, you know what's funny about this fucking city is what is still open? Like fucking lots of restaurants closed, lots of those high-end hiking shops all closed, comic book shops, DVD stores still open, wide open, lots of people. Fucking like nobody's heard like I swear to you, there's 3 DVD stores out here. Movie stores that are
What?
we couldn't keep movie
Name it.
stores in business before the pandemic. These guys
Yeah.
have movie stores open and comic book
Like,
stores.
no. This was supposed to kill
Comic book
you.
stores, I understand.
Comic book and gaming
This was
stores.
supposed to kill DVD stores.
Yeah, dude, I don't. It's so fucking weird. I'm like, I mean, I understand because it does. It looks like a recession. It looks like a depression outside. It's like every like third building is boarded up. But the 2 other ones are like, yeah, weed shop, gaming shop, comic book shop, DVD store, comic book shop. Like, was this like we need some priorities here, you know? Anyway, long story short, if you want to come out to Victoria and buy one of those really expensive, you know, those like millionaire hiking outfits where they try to pretend like they look like rustic, but they're fucking .com millionaires and shit. You know, what are
I
the
had
Mech?
worn it for
Do I
50
look like I would
years.
sport that well?
Yeah, they go to Mech and they fucking no, you don't look like you sport that well. You look like you push somebody off a hill that wore that kind of shit. But I
Well,
think
wearing that kind of shit. Sorry.
all those places are kind of closed, but I was thinking about becoming one of those old hikey granola motherfuckers while I'm out here too, you know? Well, I don't know. I hate them too much. I'm too punk for that. Anyway,
She's getting to
let's
you.
talk. Let's talk. Let's talk about pot. Pot. You know what's so? How do you guys feel about the dispensaries? Are they amazing or what? Isn't the government pot the greatest pot that's ever been potted before?
I still call the same dude I've always called.
I called the guy.
You know, the government doesn't deliver yet. So when the government delivers in a fucking pandemic, you think I'm gonna go get pot? I'm not getting pot. It's coming to me. I'm gonna call and I want it here in an hour. And I'll take an e-transfer. You want cash? Whatever. Just tell me. So for e-transfer, so I don't have to go and fucking to the bank machine. But fuck it. No, I don't. I don't. He sometimes goes. Sometimes he's like, "Oh, I went to Tokyo Smoke." I was like, government weed, huh?" I totally do. Ask him. Anyway,
I've got a Tokyo Smoke because
you do get some good nugs.
There's some good prices.
You know, they're getting better. They're getting better. Oh, wow.
See, but I just feel like the prices are like, what kind of pricing are we talking here? Like, what are they charging for like an eighth? A half quarter, excuse me. I've been out of Ontario for too long.
I don't know. I usually buy the M's or sometimes more.
Okay, how much for an O then?
I was gonna say for like
100, 150, 200 if it's really like they bragging like it's 5 days on it.
there's like tiers you'll
Uh-huh.
notice. There's like different. It's almost like when you go to a grocery store and they have like no name, and then this brand. And
Yeah,
then more
those have
premium
cheap
bit.
stuff, which usually
like,
I buy because I like to fuck with it, but I want it not so cheap that it's garbage that I also kind of want to.
I fucked up with them one time though. I'd ordered one that was like I didn't realize it was just all CBD.
That was nice weed. I loved it.
It was a flower, but it was just all CBD. It was like 25% CBD, 0% THC.
You're like, I got
Like,
a
why am
great
I getting
meal.
high? I'm like, this is. I mean, I feel great. I don't have any stomach pains. My knee doesn't hurt anymore, but I don't feel high.
Yeah, man, that's what my wife smokes. She doesn't get high. She just like hits those CBD joints and stuff like that, like a fucking gangster. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You don't want to feel the other? No, it's like, no, I just like to relax.
Whatever
Hey
works.
man, whatever blows your hair back. But I mean, you know, I want to get lit up sometimes. I like some of the shit with that they've got. Like, I'm not against like a lot of the weed that they have. A lot of it's more the pricing. Like, I feel the pricing is a bit ridiculous because they've been like telling us it was all going to come
At
down.
dispensaries for sure.
Yeah.
But there's a heavy competition in downtown Toronto for the delivery services.
Really?
Oh yeah.
There's just other delivery services.
Until like
too.
2 weeks ago, I just would look on weed maps sometimes and be like, I want weed here in an hour.
Like
And,
there's Pineapple Express,
there
for
it is.
example.
But then suddenly weed maps, I don't know what happened, but they cleared out. You look
Oh,
on
yeah.
like, and there's nothing. But then I found this other thing called leafy things, and it tells you where. And then there's a bunch of people advertising there instead. So I was like, I'm gonna try this dude. He's got a great Northern Lights, and I'm
So
enjoying
you
it
can
right
get it
now.
from anywhere. That's why it's like
Anyway.
I think they're just gonna set their prices at whatever they want to set it at, based on like needing to make their money back, and then some obviously to cover
I
the
would say
costs.
the delivery guys are definitely a third cheaper than government.
But yeah, it just depends.
But it's also like 100% more illegal. Not on my end. I don't have to worry as the buyer, you know.
25% cheaper, 100% illegal.
I'm not gonna ask who they are just in case.
Yeah,
But
but-
then but most of the time I just go to the two people I've known like forever, and you probably know who they are, and I'm not gonna name them. But
Yeah,
you know, I
man.
still support my friends. Anyway,
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like these they don't know how to grow this shit. Like, I don't care like how many fucking universities you went to for, you know, to figure out how to grow pot or whatever. Unless you're like a 68-year-old fucking hippie with bad knees and fucking dirty fingernails, I don't want to talk to you. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You know what I mean? There was a guy that I met the other day as we were sort of touring a place that we were thinking about sort of renting. Starting this process, and some old hippie, and they're flipping their cultivation facility and trying to sell it to somebody else. So we went in there to look at it, and this guy's like exactly what I just described, like 65-year-old dude, like and all these business guys that are with me are like, oh, you know, the square footage and this and that. And I'm like, yo, man, what's up? And he's like, hey. Like, this is why I'm important to this business.
He's my business advisor.
Nah, man, like that's the thing is with this stuff is you really do need like actual business people to help you. But I love the fact that they need me too. It's hilarious. I don't even want their money. I just like the fact that like business guys are asking me questions and like, wondering like what the like they're actually listening, being like, so how much how many plants do you think we can get in there? And I'm like, yeah, you have to ask me that, don't you? You don't know, but
I think as long as you don't give up your skateboard when you go to these meetings, and they'll respect you for it. It's that evil genius that always outthinks us. Walk in with the skateboard.
never far. Yo,
There
check this.
it is.
As you leave, all right, guys, I'm out. Just jump on the board and roll it.
Check this grip tape. It's so crazy. It's like a kitten in a lotus flower with daisy eyes.
Oh,
Oh, that's
cool. I
sick.
see it now.
Isn't it cool?
Very cool.
But yeah, no, man, I ain't losing no fucking soul. And it's not even about like I don't even know if we'll get the license. You know what I mean? You have to
You
literally
don't know if
buy
you won't.
a place.
You
You
won't
have to
know until
set
you try.
Exactly. And we're gonna try. And I only had like I've never tried to get money before in my whole life. I've never made it a goal of mine ever. But because I have no career this year, I was like, oh. So I took some money and I invested some stuff, which is the first time I ever did that, and that went okay, and I was kind of surprised myself. Not like rich, but I was like, huh, maybe I should try a bit.
Maybe I'll try this money thing after all.
37 years old, finally realized I need money to live. But I like it like that because I could live with nothing. You know what I mean? If you could be happy with nothing, you could always be happy. But I'm starting to realize it's nice to sleep on a mattress. So we kind of moved into this new place. I started making some moves and stuff. So I'm just trying to do stuff outside of comedy. Try to stay literally survive. So. But it went well. So hopefully we get this thing invested or this business off the ground. And if we do that, obviously I'm coming for that cookbook, and we'll dole them out. You know what I mean? Like I want to try to help everybody.
He has a lot of money. Can you please invest in our friend Bryan?
I don't know, man. We'll see. I have to be able to get the license first, but I just want to be able to get a business going. We can make some actual cash for people and buy like an actual clubs. Like my goal too is like clubs and movies. You know what I mean? I want to make a movie, but the reality is nobody's giving out grants to straight white dudes right now. And on top of that, like not a good time to be begging for money from people in Hollywood. Like they're all leaving there. So the fastest way to make a movie that costs that is to just make a bunch of money in weed. You know what I mean?
Should film that process.
Hey man, like I don't really know how to I'm not an engineer or anything like that, but I've been around
this shit. Film this whole process and do two at once.
Yeah, and all the stuff that led me to this place. It's a weird thing because I never wanted to do any of that. I just wanted to be a comic, and that's what I am. But like, there's other things I can do too, and I think just this knowledge from just being around, from Joey and Vapor Central people and being around all those like people for that long just by peripheral, like you know what I mean, just being around that I learned so much, and I know more than most of these fucking business dudes that are trying to get into this shit, so it's kind of fun. But I also want to make sure that they don't take over the fucking shit, so I'm doing things like making sure I have controlling interests in companies and stuff like that, so that if they try to fuck with me, I own that shit and they can't take it. So I'm a really articulate business guy, huh? So they can't fucking take my shit,
So like sign there, bro, so you don't take.
I just want to tell dick jokes. Honestly, the only reason I'm doing this is because I have nothing else to do, and it's sort of working, and hopefully we can make a movie with the money. So yeah, we'll see.
Right.
But most likely it'll blow up in my face and I'll get arrested or something.
No, don't put that out there.
Okay, so I have a whole crew of people that are signed into the waiting room that want to jump on and say hi. But do you want to say anything else before we do that?
Plug stuff.
You want to plug something? Plug your
Instagram.
Are you guys asking me to plug it? Oh, plug.
We got Bot G is on Instagram. You can
check my Instagram.
Want to plug?
Should be a season 2 of my podcast coming out in the next couple months. And then just do my Instagram's cool @BOG.
With dots between.
Oh, you know what else you can check? Your Hood's a Joke, which is Danish Anwar's roast channel. I'll be doing some videos on there soon too.
Oh, cool. I love Danish. Nice. He's great.
Yeah, first one I'm roasting is Germany coming up soon, so it should be the next week
Who
or
are you
two. We get that out.
representing?
So I'm just dressing up like an asshole chef, like at a Sunday roast, and I'm just gonna fucking make fun of fucking different countries as I serve up a joke dish. So for the Germans, I'm serving up pickled dick schnitzel, or sorry, pickled pig dick schnitzel on stolen Jewish heirlooms.
Oh.
What?
Love it. I
What?
love it.
It's a roast, so it's gonna be lots of those kinds of jokes.
All right. So we'll be on here,
Nice.
which, should be following anyway. Anyway.
You should subscribe to
And then
anyways.
next time you're in Toronto, you can come and get a hug from me. I don't care about COVID. And definitely we should do some more stuff like this online. I'm fucking sit here every week and get high and just talk to people. It's only an hour and a half of my life. I miss you all.
I'm down, man. I'm here. Not like I'm
Miss
doing.
you guys.
I miss you guys too, man. We'll fucking
Also,
talk
I
to you
don't know if
soon.
you saw the beginning here. This is part of like, I thought it was fortuitous, but one of the things I'm going to be selling for Valentine's Day, I got this, here you can see it's a dick shaped cookie cutter.
Love it. Yeah. You had so many dick shaped
Nice
things over the
big.
years.
But it got me thinking about like all the strip shows you used to do for me and all the dick we would sling anyway. And I thought it funny that you're here and I got today in the mail came my big dick.
I felt bad for the last one that I did because I wasn't as trimmed as I maybe could have been. And I feel like I didn't really put as much effort. Anyway, the Christmas one where my dick was dressed up as Santa and the one where I had the tuxedo, I feel was my best work. But I just want to let you know that my best work is still ahead of me. And I am way better looking now than I was back then. I've been doing all kinds of exercises, not just on my body, but on my penis too. And several new muscles in my penis. Yes, push-ups, pull-ups, spin around do-dos. Sometimes I tie it to the ceiling fan and I just lie back and I just let it fucking take me. The point is, the best is yet to come, and the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come.
But yeah, I love you, Joey.
All right,
and I'll see you guys soon.
You want to stay on, or do you want for a few minutes?
Oh, I thought you were kicking me out. Oh yeah, I got nothing to do.
No, I'm just gonna let others on it. We'll make it a little.
All right.
We got Chelsea on deck, and you know Matt Hudson.
What?
And
Cyber hugs.
so everyone who's watching, if you're on deck, I'm gonna slowly admit you all right now. And if you want to jump on the Zoom, then
There she is. Miss America.
Yeah,
I was just reminiscing about our hemp fest.
Oh, yeah.
We sold maca shrooms and your tent failed. The first time we slept together.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, that tent was no es bueno. I remember that very well.
Well, actually, you didn't have a tent, did you?
No, I just showed up and was hoping my dick jokes would land me some mattress to sleep on, some
did.
warm bit of moss.
It did. It was in the back of my vibe.
From what I recall, you guys ate mushrooms all weekend and you didn't eat some sleep, Brian. I think, what I recall.
Yeah, it's called having fun, Joey. I had a good time. Yeah.
We toured the website with a basket of cookies.
Where is that, Hudson? Hey, dude.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Chilling, man. How you doing?
Well, been pretty busy in the delivery business. Yeah, man. I'm slinging bleach in the pandemic. I grow dope at night and I sling bleach in the day.
Good job.
Thanks. Hey, Chelsea.
Hey, Brian.
Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going?
Doing good. Just
Good.
made chicken nuggets, but I did like a fancy, fun type of chicken nuggets. Cheeto crusted chicken nuggets.
Nice.
I'm getting echoing.
Turn your volume down.
Or switch, or I recommend switching the earbuds sometimes too.
Different room.
I don't have earbuds. Or mom can do that.
Oh, the echo's gone.
You were
Right there. I went into another room.
She's
Yeah,
gone
it was-
into another room, so
Yeah, it
we
was the
should be okay.
feedback.
So where are you guys in Toronto? I guess too.
Well, I'm just outside of Toronto. I'm in Oakville. Things are kind of getting wild around here, you know.
You bought a house, right?
Yeah. I'm still living in my house, thank God. I'm kind of living alone, but you know.
Oh, you can come visit. You can pick one household. My place is like a lounge. You realize that? Eh?
Oh yeah, I can just
Bongs, electric nails, joints.
Well, I got all the weed I need, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, there's no
Hey.
shortage of it these
Hello,
days.
Annetta.
Hello.
Hey,
She just muted herself.
You're muted, Netta.
She might have accidentally pushed a button.
She's shit talking behind our back.
Muted.
Using Zoom
Muted.
like almost the entire pandemic, and I'm still confused by it.
Oh my God, I've been trying to run it. So this is the second time and I
Well,
find
they've
I'm overwhelmed trying to talk to you guys because I'm like, oh my God, I love you all. But also at the same time, I'm like, yeah.
hey, I was thinking about, that bus thing
Hi.
with the moving
Oh,
stage.
hello.
There's a lot of chatter, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Hey,
Using Zoom like almost the entire pandemic, and I'm still confused by it.
This is the second time. Somebody got it on
Yeah,
their-
yeah. Somebody's playing back.
Oh my God, I love you all, but also at the same time, I'm like, hilarious. Brian's gone out for a smoke.
Is that, oh, you can't smoke inside. Is that it?
I can't. I mean, like I could if I wanted to,
Yeah,
but I
but you're
just feel
living in BC, it's a little warmer out there, or?
yeah, super. It's probably like
Annette,
20
your
days. I don't know if you
playback.
can see too much behind me,
Kill-
but
There you go.
yeah, it's like we're like 11 stories up, so I have a balcony, so it's just going outside. But then I realized it
You
just
can
turned
spit
off.
people?
I don't need permission to smoke here. That's
Neither
the
do
beauty
I.
of owning your own place.
Oh man, that would be sweet. No, I mean I could if I want. I just don't like. I don't know. Sometimes some days I feel like it. Also, I put tobacco in this shit, So I don't want the neighbors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would
do?
love to have my own home like that and just be able to like. Do you ever just like run around naked, like top floor to the bottom?
All
floor?
the time, bro. All the time.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Somersaults.
Somebody knew.
Well, maybe not the somersaults. I'm a little less bendy in my
Where's
old
your
age.
Where's your GoPro?
Old age. You're like 35, Hudson. What are you talking about?
36, actually. but-
Oh, you salty old sea biscuit.
Oh,
Yeah, no. I'm like I said, I'm working a lot of hours and just keeping on growing. I've got a podcast going on the dopefiend.co.uk podcast network, and gonna do a season 2 in a couple months or weeks.
cool.
See
Good.
how it goes.
Anybody tell you look like Dr. Paul's son? Dr. Paul, the veterinarian.
Yeah, well, most of you guys haven't seen me with my glasses because I normally have my contacts on, and
Yeah.
so I normally go to bed around this time of the day. So,
Sorry to keep you up.
no worries, man. It's good to talk to you, man. Believe me, it's worth
Oh, this is
staying
great.
up late for.
This is late.
Oh yeah, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning,
You're still
Damn.
working, right? You're slinging the alcohol.
slinging the alcohol, the disinfectants, mop heads, you name it. This today, I actually picked up a scrubber that smelled like death.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Had been used or?
Oh yeah, it was in dire need of repair.
One of those floor things?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I opened the tank. There was like flies that came out. I'm like,
Oh my God. Thank God flies don't carry COVID. That we know,
that we know of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't call it. That'll be the
COVID
next
carrier
one.
flies.
But I also supply the old folks' homes as well. So it's really challenging. But listening to you guys talk, I mean, Brian's giving me a few laughs today, so that's kind of worth it. So
Good.
You have no idea
Do you
how much
throw
that
the
means to me right
buckets
now.
of alcohol?
well, thanks, buddy, man. I mean, I can't wait for the clubs, hopefully to open up eventually, because
I know it's
I
weird,
could.
dude. I don't even know if I'm a comic anymore. I don't even know what the fuck. Like nobody's just. You can't live like the lifestyle that we were living. Like regardless of your, just like on stage or if you were managing or working there or patronizing it. It was like, yeah, just like a culture that it's just been turned on its fucking head. So
Yeah, that's
hard to
the
deal with,
sad
but
part. But
The summer
When it does come
wasn't
back,
too bad
it's great.
here. We did have a fair. We had outdoor comedy, like we had comedy in the park, which was fun to go to. We used to take a barbecue over and cook up shish kebab and have
Yeah,
a picnic
Dan
and then watch
Gyrie
comedy.
filmed his Dan filmed his special there, didn't he? It looks great.
He filmed
Yeah,
it
yeah.
what park
And
was it?
then Joey started hers over here. I wish she'd still be doing it because there are people telling me that they would dress up warm enough to sit out and watch a comedy show. That's what they're telling me, Joey.
Naomi, is there a dildo behind your shoulder?
Is there a what?
A dildo behind your shoulder?
Oh, God knows.
Oh no, it's just part of the
No.
chair.
This thing here.
I thought it was a dick too.
The knob on the chair. You got two knobs behind you. It's like a throne of knobs.
Right here.
There he is.
They're everywhere
Now,
in your
when they
place.
come downstairs and see the chairs in weird positions.
Yeah. So you can just accidentally fall on phalluses all over your house. How convenient. You never know when you're gonna need one and at what angle.
Oh dear.
But anyway, fuck. So
Should we call it?
I'm gonna take off and get something to eat because I haven't eaten yet.
We haven't either.
Starving Marvin. Oh, is
And
that
you're
a
in the
challenge?
dark.
Yeah, I know. Try not here. I can at least show you guys the view.
It's a beautiful view. I mean, it's
Yeah,
probably
man.
warm out there.
Lots of light.
It's about 10 degrees. It's
Yeah.
all right.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
it's
Have
okay,
you
man. Like
cook-
honestly,
Have you
Sorry?
hooked up with Christina Bates yet?
Mm,
She's out
I
on
don't-
the island, Brian.
oh, okay. I'm not sure who that is, but I will. If they come my way, I'll be nice.
Yeah, she came to comedy quite often.
Oh, okay. I'm
Uh,
sorry. I don't remember everybody's names.
She
I'm
was
sorry.
at the last Puff Jam. You remember a blonde chick with balloons just laughing her head off in the bouncy castle the whole time? That was her.
She
I remember
owned the
18
bouncy
years of
castle. She
fun.
owns the
In one big ball.
They did mini golf and dinosaur costumes, that sort of thing.
Oh,
She
so I'm trying to think of a
she bought
blonde
property
rapper.
out there,
Okay.
and she's got a what's that that critter that lives in the woods, the big man, ape man. What is it called?
Sasquatch.
Yeah, she has a Sasquatch on her property that she built with Neville and Olga and that crowd.
Oh, them. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that description. I like how long and descriptive it was, and I actually got who it was at the end. Because for a while I was wondering, you were like, oh, it's because most of the time people do that, and then you go, yeah, and you pretend like you remember. But I actually remembered that. But you were at some point you were like, she was blonde, and then you said she was in a dinosaur costume. So in my head I was just picturing this hot dinosaur, like this like raptor with like sweet blonde hair and some jugs,
You would
But-
definitely do the Velociraptor skit with her.
Oh my
Buddy,
god.
I'm actually like, I've done so much physical stuff in the last little while because my partner is a dancer too, like a contemporary dancer. So I've been doing all this like
Yeah.
physical stuff this year, and yeah, man, I'm just really pumped to get back on
Good for
stage and do stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm going crazy, man. I mean, I have nothing to do, so I'm just like writing and just like
Yeah.
yoga and like training and running and fucking I don't know what the fuck to do, man. But yeah,
You're being
physicality-
productive. Okay.
well, that's it, and like forcefully, and
You know,
so,
you
like,
might, who knows, you might land a series. Who knows?
Well,
Maybe if the Canadian networks would lighten up and give some
no, my
break
well, my
to some
podcast
Canadians.
is so I'm still in development right now with something. I had something in Los Angeles that I was doing, and that got turned on its head. So I just pitched Glorious and Free second season to some people, and they like it. So we're just working through budgets right now, but I'll be doing a second season of that, and yeah, but it's going to be like hopefully through some people that have some actual reach. So I can't say names, but it's good. So we'll see what happens, man.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll see. But I mean, this is the fucking show business. I never get excited about anything because, like, 95% of the time, people say something's gonna happen. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's just
happen.
like,
Yeah.
but if you throw enough shit out there, eventually
it's
something
gonna
happens.
stick.
But,
Yeah.
you know, I never wanted to be like famous. So, like, I just wanted to tell dick jokes and clubs. You know, that
And
was
make enough money to
if
feed
it pays the
houses
bills.
out, right?
yeah, no, straight up, that was the goal. So, like, mission accomplished. But I just want my goal back, you know. So in the meantime, hopefully
Well,
this stuff will help. But yeah.
One of the goals that cannabis people and us activists should have is to have our own lounges. Like Good Weeds was a perfect example of what a cannabis lounge should like. They have their liquor bars. Why can't we have our cannabis lounges, right? Our cannabis bars.
Here.
Like Good Weeds, you could buy joints, pre-roll joints. You never really were given weed in itself. When you bought a joint, you bought a joint according to the quality. So the price went from 5 to 15 to 20, whatever. And then you could buy bowls for the vaporizers. And you could buy like bags. You could buy bags of weed, you know, from the volcano, because they had volcano at the bar, so you could buy $5 worth of volcano. So they put $5 worth of weed, and you'd get 3 to 4 bags out of it, right? So and that would do a party of 4 for the whole night. Sometimes. And then, of course, then they bought snacks, lots and lots of snacks.
Yeah,
and they had a bar there, like they had a stage, but it all got screwed over because of news agencies and telling the public what was happening. And the police caught wind of it.
Why do we have to hide it? You know what I mean? Why do we have to, like you're saying? It's like, what the hell were we fighting for? And now we have less access to those places than we did during Prohibition. So it's like, you want us to trust you with this stuff, and then this is the way that you do us.
Yeah.
Just, you know, shutting everybody down and then opening their own places and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
why can't we have government sanctioned our own bars? Like the weed that they're going to sell to you has to come from the government. I don't care where the weed comes from. Just give me a place where I can go in where I don't really have to carry weed. If I'm out shopping and I want to stop in for a drink, I don't have to take a bottle with me. But I'd like to be able to stop in and buy a pre-roll and smoke a joint and then be on my way. Or have a bag of weed or a hit of a shatter or diamonds or whatever the hell's new on the market.
What I want to do eventually, be able, do you remember Just Desserts?
Yeah.
I want to be just desserts, but with pot or CBD or nothing in them, and then have pre-rolls. That's it. I don't want to sell bags of weed. I just want to sell pre-rolls and lots of desserts. Beautiful.
No, but I'm not talking about bags of weed. I'm talking about bags of smoke.
But no, I'm saying that's what I want. And like, there's like for me to just serve a fresh piece of apple pie. You can't sell that at the dispensary. I can't sell fresh made desserts like that. Like the government will never resell that. It'll, you know, maybe.
So you want a little cafe?
Yeah, like just desserts and have like a little couple of like sandwich bits and, you know, a couple small food items, but mostly desserts, counters, carts.
To add to your traveling bus idea, you could be selling also all the accoutrements that go with smoking weed.
Yeah.
Like you could have your own, like this is what I wanted to start, was a mobile head shop. So why not have the head shop and the comedy show together? Like people would be at the comedy show and then you could sell your packs of rolling papers, of bongs, of electric nails,
Or pie.
of any of the latest stuff that they do. They like if you're in a small town, like small town Nova Scotia, they have to pay $5 for a pack of papers, and they're crappy papers.
Yeah,
Like,
man. Like if you, the thing is too, if you've got
Oh
like
my
just people who want to just smoke like a individual thing, you know, like you can
Yeah.
just do that there, and then if you're gonna buy quantity or whatever, go out the
Yeah.
back, you know. But like Joey's
Yeah.
saying too, like you can't really get deep into like cuisine or anything like that. It all has
Mm-mm.
to be prepackaged stuff, and that's the kind of
Yeah.
stuff that I'm looking at right now is like edibles and all that kind of crap, and it's insane what you're allowed. You're only allowed legally to give somebody a 10 milligram dose. So everything has to be individually wrapped to 10 milligrams. So you cannot sell something that has like, you know,
So can
100
you sell them
milligrams that
5,
you could
10
pour in.
milligram separate
You have to
items?
buy, no, you have to buy individually packaged. So if you want 50 milligrams of something, you have to buy
You have to
5,
buy 10 of
10.
them?
Yeah, I've spent like
So-
$75 just to get 100 milligrams from
Yeah.
legal
Yeah.
edibles.
And you know, Joey, how much like it like the
Yeah.
milligrams, like
Well,
200
ours aren't
milligrams is basically what you get out
regulated.
of.
Come on.
Yeah, but like a gram of weed is 200 milligrams, you know, and you extract
Yeah.
that's maybe 180 milligrams, and then you're gonna chop that, and so you're
Yeah.
you're selling people 100 and what's that like?
You're
let's say
making a
it's-
hell of a lot of money, Brian.
You're selling 1 gram for hundreds of dollars. It's fucking
Yeah, I
highway
know.
robbery. It's
It
absolutely
is. It is. It's a
you-
form of criminal activity led by the government, but the biggest criminals in the world are the government.
Well,
So
I think they're going to slowly roll back this stuff. So I think this is what
Yeah.
a lot of the hope is that they've put this giant piece of legislation through. This is like what if legalization, it's clunky, it doesn't work, it's not
Mhm.
good, things are fine, but they're going to slowly fix things and open things up. Right now, you can't even advertise.
well, the
You
big
can't even
step
have
was the
reps or anything.
legalization, right?
That was a
And
big one.
and they had to placate those conservatives and
Right.
the backwoods people that are so terrified of like
Yeah, and it was
they
the first
still
country
are.
to federally legalize, right? Like in the entire world. So
Yeah.
it is a huge step. Like, and to us, it doesn't seem that
Major
crazy
step.
because we're from
We're
Canada.
all
but
we're
it's a huge
ticked
deal.
off because we can't do what we want to do, but
Alright,
we
guys,
do
I'm
what
gonna
we
say
want to
goodnight.
do. We just do it illegally. I occasionally will go into. I've gone into one dispensary, one legal one, and I bought a pre-roll, and it was beautiful. They're beautiful, but you can't even go in them anymore. We stopped, and what we're looking for,
Yeah.
there's a grower in Nova Scotia that grows purple kush, and it's Robinson's, and we're trying to find some. And a place that I would never normally go to had it, but they didn't have it where we were, so we ended up buying something else. It's we produce much better. Us people with the records, not myself.
I know.
but-
Yeah, well, I'm a personal grower, and I know
How
all
much do you
about.
produce? Do you produce enough to supply others, or are you for your own personal?
Well, it's mostly for my own personal use, but
They don't care.
I
What strains have you got?
right now,
Yeah.
well, in my vaults, I've got a little bit of White Widow left. Bubblegum by Sonoma Seeds, Sweet Deed Grapefruit by Dynafem, and Dynachem by Dynafem as well. It's basically a ChemDog cross.
Mhm.
And
Sonoma Seeds from Sonoma, or is it Canadian? Like
Sonoma
Canada?
Sonoma Seeds is actually a Canadian cannabis seed company.
Interesting.
Okay.
Not licensed, obviously.
Are you cloning at all, Matt?
I've taken a few clones from a few friends. I find it's a pain in the ass because a lot of it, brings with it bugs. and
No, I'm
issues like
talking
that.
about you cloning your plants.
I can do
cloning.
it. Like I know how to do it. I just haven't bothered to do it because I'm.
The
like I
reason
said,
being is because I'm a strain hunter for my cooperative.
yeah.
So I'm looking for different strains because we are trying to serve medical people at a decent price.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we're experimenting with all these different strains, right? We have one called an Alaskan Purple. Oh, great flavor. great smoke, but no substance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like having to smoke 3 joints for the effect of black water gives me with 1 joint. So that's what I mean about no substance. So like when you're medical and you've been smoking as long as I have, like salads is the only thing that helps me.
Yeah, you know, you find a certain palette of the spectrum of cannabis tickles your funny bone, right?
Yep.
For me, it's like OG Kush. That's like the one strain that'll, you know, knock me out and give me a good night's rest. You know, so
yeah.
So I understand your pheno hunting and your strain hunting. I'm right now. I'm in the latter stages of veg. So I don't know if I could root a clone at this moment because I only.
No, wait. What you do is you just stop, put one away, and keep her from coming to flower, right? And then you can.
Well, yeah, the whole mother plant thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have room for that, unfortunately. It's just a straight seed to harvest type of deal.
Yeah. So you don't do the cycle?
No, I'm not.
Seed to harvest every time?
I'm not a perpetual grower.
Okay.
I wish I did have the facilities. I mean, I could theoretically invest in it, but you know, it's a lot of you know, money involved.
Use a tent for your mothers.
Yeah, I know. I use a tent period. It's just like I said, it's just the space issue because
you live in a house all by yourself and it's space issue.
I am not, Naomi, I am not growing on my carpet. I gotta protect my investment, girl. You know, you got to be careful when you're doing this because you don't want to ruin your house.
True.
I mean, we've all seen those.
I just find it kind of funny.
Because I've heard like really nasty stories of idiots just not using those coasters and then like having the runoff go into the carpet and like. Ugh.
Oh yeah. Well, I rented a room upstairs. This was about 20 years ago to a young man who he was growing, but I didn't know until after he left. He didn't even put a tarp down and there was like an inch of soil on my floor. Like it's taken me like I finally got it clean, but like, oh, for God's sakes, like have respect, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And I gave him the room to save his ass, right?
Yeah. You're like, I'm just gonna stop live.
Hey Joey, what's in your cake? What's that cake for?
Oh, you can't see it very well, but I made a cake and it says "I love me" on it.
Oh right, wait, we already went through this. This is the biggest stoner moment of the whole. You literally showed me that. I showed you the tattoo on my ass that says "me" with a heart around it, and now we're back
and
here.
I was gonna eat some, but then I kind of.
Hey yo, I gotta get the heck out of here right now. But I got awesome talking to you guys, man. Hit me up again, Joey. We'll do this again.
Any of you familiar with these things?
Okay, good to see you too, Naomi. And I love you.
I'm holding up my bunny cake.
See you later, Bryan. Good seeing you
guys. Love you too. Man.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
I love you. Bye.
Oh.
I was gonna say to you too that I've got to pee like 10 men who drank all night.
Yeah, I gotta get some shut eye too, so I think we should wrap it up.
You guys can tune in next week, and I'm gonna do this for 10-15 minutes after each show because it's a nice way to connect, eh?
Yeah, no, it sounds
you guys.
Sounds fun.
And stay safe, and I love you, and I love
Night, Oscar.
I love this guy, and I love me.
Johnny.
Love you guys.